Good evening, everyone. Welcome to M3 TV News, the stream that gives you the best news, right here on Knowledge and Relationships platform. This is your boy M3, and I have two guests with me. I have Mimsy Mims, who's also as known as Mrs. Where the Rabbit Hole Ends. And I have Mr. He Said. Feel free to unmute your mics to give the crowd like a good hello if you want to.
Peace, peace, family.
Peace as well, my brother. Man, this I think this is the first time we had you on the platform. So thank you, man, for joining in, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
You and your wife is definitely amazing, and we appreciate your support, Mr. He said.
Absolutely.
And
Thank you
me,
for having me. It was a pleasure to get the invite and always a pleasure to hear what you guys got to say. Y'all are always building. This is a great platform, a free space for people to share and learn. And we are absolutely appreciative.
right on, right on. Thank you so much. Salute. And then Mimsy Limbs.
Mike and I are double streaming right now. He's on Pops' stream and I'm on yours, so I'm gonna be muting my mic in between his streams. But I love you guys and I appreciate you having me on here. I'm excited.
Yes, yes, we love you too as well, Mimsy.
We
So
do.
thank you.
We do.
Mimsy since the night that I met her, and I think this was like on Black Man Unfiltered's live stream first. Um, we exchanged emails. I sent a link to her for like everyone else's live streams, and we got acquainted. And since then, I met her, her husband as well too, and pops. And from that day on, they come in, they come out, and most of the time, Mimsy she comes through as well, like as a guest, and she's always giving her support, not just for me, but for other platforms. Because Mimsy she loves harder than rock. So salute to you, Mimsy. As a matter of fact, for the ones who's tuning in, listen to what Real Talk with Mimsy Limbs is saying. Make sure, okay, that you bada bing that like button. Okay,
Bing,
get the
bomb.
likes up. Exactly. Bada bing, bing, bomb. That's what I'm talking about. And then we have Yella. He says, you don't. Oh, yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because the John Cena, yeah, because you can't see me because the time is now. And then we have, oh, oh my gosh. I wasn't even ready for this, but now I am. We have Miss She Stole My Thunder. Play the thunder music. She was like, "No, no, you must litty touch that. Oh no, she's trying to say lightly touch the like button. No, you're gonna have to spam it. You know what I mean? Like keep tapping it. Tap it till your thumbs fall off. But thank you for tuning in. She stole my thunder. I've been checking out the channel as always. I don't know why I'd be missing the lives, but whenever I do catch the replay, it's always a mellow time just to listen, and it's like you're reading me a bedtime story a little bit, but in a good way. So keep reading like those nice books. I'm enjoying it. Well, anyways, so the title for this is, let me go down to here, is marriage not suitable for the rich? And we do have a video courtesy of Manosphere Highlights. So in this video, it's going to break down John Cena's relationship, and I think that at the time that was like his second relationship. Because correct me if I'm not right, Mister. He said, but I'm for sure you're familiar with John Cena's, right? And
I am.
maybe
I
his
am.
life. Okay,
Absolutely.
what was John Cena married before, and did he marry without a prenup with his first wife?
Now, the prenup part, I'm not sure, but I believe he was married before.
Okay, okay. So that's what I was kind of thinking because most of his Yella says Nikki was his girlfriend after his wife. Okay, okay.
Hmm.
Shout out to Blaze Brown. She said smash that like button.
Hulk
That's right,
smash.
that's right. And she says, yes, lightly. Jeez, my thumbs for fingers don't help me. All right. All right. You know. Um, and we got Mr. Best in the world.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? What's good? What's good?
What's
Peace,
up,
fam.
Mr. Best in the World
Peace,
84?
peace, fam. Peace to Mr. He said. Peace to Harris Tribe Media Group. Mr. She said as well. You know what I mean? The family, Brooklyn in the building. You know what I mean?
That's
You know,
right.
shout out to Mimsy. You know what I mean? Definitely shout out to M3. You know what I mean? I see you, M3.
I
Yeah.
see you too, my brother.
What a day,
Yes.
what a day. That's all I can say is what a day, what a day. Lord have
Yes.
mercy.
What a day to say. Da, 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 da.
M3!
Da, 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 da. Mr. Best in the World. Da, 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 da. Memphis Lil. Da, 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 da. What's he said?
I am here!
Yes.
I'm
Boom,
here, baby.
boom.
Because the
I'm
time
here.
is
What's
now.
good? Yeah.
Don't worry. Before we get to the video reaction, we still gotta give more shout outs. Shout outs to Miss Mary. She
Shout out
says,
to Mrs. Mary.
knowledge,
Yes.
salute to you always, and the panel, and have and wonderful chat. I'm sorry, I'm just reading it so backwards. So where's my glasses at? All right, Arshawn Dave. He says, get it, y'all married people can't hash this out. Let me sit my single tail in the cheap seats. Okay, okay. And then let's see. And then we have their third doctrine, or
Yes,
we call
sir.
them three doctrine. Love, peace, water and respect, knowledge and relationships.
Peace,
Salute to you,
peace.
my brother.
Much love.
Thank you for tuning in. Okay. And get the likes up, people. Get the likes up. Thank you so much. Blessings to all the panelists. Man, blessings to you as well as always. I'm going to give you
She stole my
another.
thunder. Hey.
I'm going to give you a double thunder, you know? All right. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, okay. Let's see what else they're saying. All right. God bless his heart. All right.
Thank you.
So let's go ahead. Let me start off with the screen share. It's only going to take like a few seconds, but this is definitely well worth it. So, of course, you know probably like the rules when it comes to, excuse me, with the whole fair use thing. You got to pause the video, start talking through it a little bit. But, you know, that's the fun part anyways. We're all going to learn something. Okay. And then I see you channels. I look in the dropping wisdom. Okay, okay. All right, let's go ahead and play like this video, okay? And hopefully, you know, they don't really copyright us, but I think the whole purpose of Manosphere Highlights, I think that the brother kind of allows us to kind of like, you know, use his work for educational purposes. So without further ado, let's go ahead and play the video. As you can see, John Cena proves why you need to protect yourself at all times. All right. This is about the relationship contract.
It's something that's necessary.
Being practically unpacked, I felt like you were being selfish. And you even told me that the reason why you didn't give it to me before is because you were afraid I'd say no.
Yeah.
And that's selfish.
Yes, you're right.
John Cena proves why you need to protect yourself at all times. Airtight relationship contract.
Okay, let me stop right here real quick. Okay, can we just admit, right? All right, that was a badass introduction real quick. You know, the brother was like, yes, straightforward, cutthroat. He wasn't being around the bush. He was just straightforward. You know what I mean? That's what I like about that. But anyways, let's go ahead and continue with the video.
We say protect yourself at all times. And John Cena is aware of this. His story is relatable because a lot of guys came to this space after that shit happened to them. And you don't want that shit to happen again. That's why a man will protect himself. Now it's time for us to dive into this and do what we have to do.
All right, let's go ahead and fast forward to this real quick.
My life is. This is what it's become. Business. This is what I want to take some. I guess the reason I didn't ask you when I asked is because I didn't want to take something. You're right. I should have told you before you packed the first box. I guess the reason I didn't ask you when I asked is because I didn't want to take something so wonderful and immediately get up with something so business.
Wow. Okay. Uh, just want to know, can anybody hear what he's saying clearly?
I heard every word.
Okay. Okay. Before I continue, what is your thoughts, real quick, about what he's saying? Do you feel like he's coming
Um,
from a smart place?
I mean, he it's it's unique. I think that we as humans, we kind of play double dutch in this world that we're in when it comes to knowledge and relationships. I think that honesty is the best policy and all's
Mm-hmm.
fair in love and war. If you take
Mm-hmm.
those two cliches in themselves, he doesn't need to be doing all of this backpedaling, retracting, making excuses, talking about, oh, I didn't want to ruin something so beautiful. Man, forget all of that. I have worked to get to a certain level in life, and you were not there. When I looked around in
Mm.
the gym and I was throwing people around and body slamming and DDT, and you wasn't there. You didn't put in the work that I put in. So I have to protect myself in a certain fashion. And if he can't be honest, and that's the honesty that women say they want, oh, just be honest with me. If you just be honest with me, no, certain honesty y'all don't want, y'all can't take. And it's
Mm.
completely not owed to you. All's fair in love and war. Now, if I get to a point where I feel I need to disclose some things, absolutely, I'll do that. But until I get to that point, you don't get the right to thrust me to that point, to try to make me feel guilty to get to that point, or turn the emphasis of accountability around on me. It's what she was trying to do. Oh, that was selfish. Like, bitch, I'm the one that made this money. I'm the one that put this work in. You damn right I'm being selfish. I'm the one that has all to lose in this. So, honesty is the best policy. All's fair in love and war, gentlemen. Protect yourself the way you do. Hot sauce, clauses, whatever it takes. And they got to eat it. And if they, are truly human and humanitarian, they understand that you are protecting yourself as a human, not just a man or as, high priority or however they word it. It's just being human and protecting yourself.
Okay. Okay. Now, shout outs to where am I going? Shout outs to Master Duck Slimes. He says Cena and Nikki Bella broke up. He's now married to another woman who looks similar to her. That's got a sting. But then also he says actually Nikki was there. You're wrong. She was also a wrestler. Okay, but the point is that Nikki didn't help John Cena's career to flourish. John Cena did that on his own. So if anything, he don't want to just work hard, get married to someone, then have a divorce, and then have to pay alimony and all these other expenses. You know what I mean? And if he was already married before Nikki came into the picture, I could already imagine, his first mistake. And I could probably imagine how that probably turned out. Now I don't know too much about his first marriage, but we're gonna go ahead and continue with the video.
I got
So
something
let's
to say.
go.
Hold on. I got
Oh
something
yeah,
to
go
say.
ahead.
I think that, and I totally agree with Mr. He said, you know what I'm saying, most definitely.
Hmm.
Just to piggyback off that, I also think with men, I think we just gotta, shout out to Mr. She said, I see you in the comments. Hey, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Salute.
Salute. Yeah. So I just gotta say
Salute,
this.
JP.
I
Hmm.
gotta say this, salute to Auntie JP. You know what I mean? I gotta say this. At the end of the day, with men, we gotta stop getting in situations where we have to have these dumbass conversations too. Like, bro, you like stop. Like, if you liking what's going on with the box and all that, and things is going right in that area, and you, because that's really kind of what it's about. You like what she looked like, or you like the box or whatever. Then that's just what it is. It's not really her personality. It's nothing that none of that. You like what she do in the bed. I'm just gonna be real. We men. You like what she do in the bed. You liking that chemistry that's going down good. She may cook a little something good as well, and it's going well for you. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it completely 100 because that's what's going on. So now, when she actually wants real commitment, you know what she is. You know what you ain't willing to do. You know how far you want to go with it. Then let it be that. You know what I'm saying? But dudes, a lot of times we don't do that as men, and that's how we end up having these silly ass conversations. And there's even more that it's on TV. Look even more crazy because it's not that it's not the fact that he's afraid of commitment. He just don't want to commit to you. He don't want to commit to you for whatever reason. He's saying no to you. You know what I'm saying? And I think as men, we just gotta be more upfront. Like, look, shorty, I like what you're
You're a little
doing.
distorted, bro. You're a little
Oh,
distorted.
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
can hear him clear.
okay.
Okay. You know what I mean? We need to be upfront with them. Look, I like what you're doing. I like this part of our relationship. I like that part of our relationship. But anything more than that, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm completely cool. And if she ain't cool with it, then let her go. Let her go. You will save your time. You will save your time, energy, and you will save yourself a headache. You know what I mean? You won't be going bald. All types of stuff won't be happening. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of stuff won't be happening. You won't end up in a situation where you may have to go to jail or your life may be in danger. You can avoid all that, man. You can avoid all that, and then you can avoid having kids. You can avoid all of that stuff, man. If you just do it from the beginning, if you just say it from the beginning, let it be known. You know what I mean? And if she ain't with the program, then let her be. And she will show you she part of the program. She gonna show you. She gonna show you in how she reacts to different life situations, whether it be with you, your family, the ones you love, friends, whatever. She gonna show you. And when she show you that, then you gotta let it be what it is. If she show you she bout it, when she gonna ride, when she riding with your team, yo, you got one. Hold on to her, brother, for dear life if you can. If you love her. Because you may have a rider, but you may not love her, you may not be feeling her like that. Then let her go and be with somebody who is gonna ride, who she can ride for. But if you do care
Exactly.
about her, if you do care about her, you know what I'm saying, and you want to make it work, man, hold on to her, man. Whatever situation is, make the best decision for you and for her, but definitely for you, so that you don't wind up having these dumb old conversations like this man is doing. I love Cena, you know what I mean? But he's having a dumb conversation that could have been avoided a long time ago. And that's all I gotta say.
Right. Let me give a shout out to DJ. Let me give a shout out to DJ Eddie King. What's up, DJ Eddie
Eddie
King?
King,
Hey,
what's
what's
good?
going on,
Peace,
y'all? What is going
peace,
on?
King.
Peace,
Peace,
y'all.
King.
Peace to you, brothers. Peace
Yeah.
to you. Hey, Mimsy, what's going on? Mr. Bets M3, what is going on, man? Let's
Not
get
too
it
much,
in.
man. All
Let's
right.
get it in.
Okay. But before we begin, Mimsy, like, okay, let me ask you this question. What's your thoughts so far? Just like as far as like, do you think marriage is not suitable for the rich?
I wouldn't say it's not suitable. I just feel like it's complicated. There's too many people involved,
Okay.
too many opportunities for corruption.
Hmm. Okay. We're gonna definitely get more in depth with that later on as we dive into the video. I know DJ Eddie King. I know you just got up in there too.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if you want to say anything or you just want me to play the video, but
Well, I agree with Mimsy. I believe
mhm.
it's complicated, and it is too many people involved. Especially you got social media involved. You got over millions of people involved now. They got something to say, you know. But yeah, go ahead and play the video. I'm ready.
Okay. And DJ Eddie, now I know this is a StreamYard issue. Hopefully they fix that. You do have static. I would
Yeah, I'm gonna
suggest
go
to
back. I'm gonna go back
go
out
out
and
and
then
go.
come back. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
no problem. All right, let's wait for DJ Eddie just for a second. It shouldn't take too long, and then we could play the video. But other than that, Master Duck says, just get a prenup. Well, he does have a relationship contract, so it's a little bit similar to a prenup. And Blaze Brown says, respect and honesty is key. Treat people as you want to be treated. I believe a woman should have her own from the beginning. That is what her dad taught her. Okay. And we also have Jay Takashi. Salute, Jay Takashi. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing all right. I can only be on for a little bit, but I'll share my views with you guys. And also
Peace, King. Peace,
yeah,
King.
Peace.
yeah. Yeah, and also shout out to anybody who has a movie recommendation. You guys should probably watch Lucy. That's a really good movie.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jay Takashi, what's up, brother?
How you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Big
got
in
me
the hat,
thinking
man.
right now.
It got you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's
Yeah,
what's
he's
up.
right. He's right. It's good.
What about now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to shut down the conversation, guys. I mean, let's get on this topic. Sorry, but it's
Jay
just,
Takashi, what's up, man?
Nah, you good, brother. All right. Let's go ahead and continue the video, okay? Okay. Remember, John Cena proves why you need to protect yourself at all times. All right, let's go.
This is what my life is. This is what it's become.
Contracts are about business. Marriage was not about romance. So when you tell your girlfriend that she has to sign a contract, you're destroying her fairy tale because you're telling her that you don't trust her. And in her mind, this contract means that you don't love her. That's why women don't like contracts. Let's continue.
Damn. Okay. Mims, I see you have your hand up.
I just have a question.
Sure.
Would you not consider like going to go get married in the courts and signing those papers a marriage contract?
You said, will I personally sign into a marriage contract?
No. Like normal people, they get married in the court systems, so I don't know about this. So would you not consider signing those papers a marriage contract in a sense?
I mean, it's similar. I got married in a justice of the peace. So I got married at a courthouse. And it's similar, but not, exactly. But I absolutely get your point. It is similar. Absolutely.
I just wanted to know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was definitely a good question. I just want to say that. All right. So everything about as far as like how women feel when you ask for when a man suggests a prenup, or in this case a relationship contract, because it breaks that fairy tale vibe that they get when they want to be engaged and when they want to get married, and then they transcribe it into as you don't love that woman. Jay Takashi, what is your thoughts about that?
About which part, bro?
So the part that the Mansford guy was saying that whenever a man suggests a prenup or some type of relationship contract, it breaks the fairy tale type of feeling that women usually have. And then that's why they hate the contracts, because then it's like you don't trust her. So that means you don't love her.
Okay, I see. I understand. I understand a little bit more now. That depends. That depends if she lives in Fantasyland or, in this case, Wonderland. If he asks us, if he has a contract that you need in order to be together with him, then now those are his requirements. If he fills all your requirements, then I don't see that as a problem. Especially when it comes to the rich. I know the title that you protect yourself at all times for rich people, because they're more targets than anything, and they got to protect their assets. Like I said, and I'm gonna lay something on that Steven Jackson said. Nobody was in the freaking gym with me lifting those weights. No woman was, so she's not entitled to any of that, to any of his hard work. No one is except him. That's his. So if you want to be together with him, then you got to go. Then you got to understand where he's coming from and why he's going to do that. It doesn't mean that he does not love you any less. Is that man is being smart about protecting yourself. This is the first thing you have to do.
Okay.
So people saying that, before I let you go, bro. So people saying that he doesn't love me because of that. That is the most trash argument I've ever heard in my life. That's silly. That's just the way. It's just the way to. It's just the word to use to. It's like an ad hominem attack. To shame him because he has a contract that she doesn't want to fill by, or she just doesn't want to conform to his way of doing things because she can't run him. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. JP says, if it's not a contract with the state. why do you have to go to the courthouse to get a marriage license before you can marry in the church? Mm, that's a good one,
I mean,
JP.
it is a contract with the state, and I mean that's what people overlook. That marriage is not about love and happiness. It's about duty, responsibility, and honor. So once you understand that it's a different perspective versus what we are calling quote unquote the fairy tale, then you understand that there's a different approach. And with the fairy tale comes just one guy and one girl. And that's what we all romanticize about. We don't want to realize that there's competition. We don't want you to say, oh, there's other people, but that's the difference, of generations, that certain generations are cut from a cloth and others are not. I think previous generations are cut from a cloth where we had a motto in New York City. It was never let them see you sweat. It was based off of a deodorant commercial, but it was a really good motto because no matter how intriguing, no matter how alluring, no matter how beautiful, you still don't show all your cards, so to speak, which always will give a person a level of question. Is there someone else? Is there something that I'm not? Is there a level I'm not hitting on that I need to be? Which always makes a person self reflect and do that work that we were talking about pre show. And this is a prime example of new generation people. They don't want to do the work. She wants to know she's the only one. And him as well. He wants to know that he's so attracting and alluring that she's willing to sign this paper. And it's just these new breed of people don't want to work. They don't want to fight the uphill battles. They think that love and knowledge and relationship is this shuttle that only goes up. And the minute that shit turns into a roller coaster where it goes down and they're off of it. And the thing is, you never seen anybody get off a roller coaster. And it's just, they don't have this concept. They don't have this totality that love and relationship is about peaks and valleys. You're going to have to go through some building, some understanding, some reciprocity, some seeing the other person's side, some things not going your way. And you're going to have to stick through it because life is not all, lilies and roses. And good grief, until we get that, these young people are not going to get what knowledge and relationship is all about. But I got the solutions. Check me out.
All right, brother. I want to
For
listen to
sure.
your solutions.
He does.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Let me say
Real
this.
quick, I got shout outs. Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Best.
Shout out to Sherelle. We see you.
Hey, hey.
And a shout out to my homie Jay, a story to tell. What's going on, bro? Holla at him. Go ahead and
What's up? So, look, Sherelle and Jay, a story to tell. Hey, let us know if you would like for us to send you a link so you can hop into it.
They
and also shout outs to
they got the link already,
okay.
bro.
Okay, cool. Well, shout outs to Yellow, who's also in the building as well, too, though, with his avatar on. So he's group y'all in there. So shout outs as well.
Thugonomics.
Yeah. Doctor of Thugonomics.
Look, I was gonna come in, but Mr. Best in the World got here, so I had to go back with the old school and so you think you're untouchable. The word life. Basic Thugonomics. Word life.
Yellow.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, let me before I get back to the video, Blaze Brown says if a man wants a contract before marriage. Oh, no. Actually, no. It's something else that she said, which was the DNA part. Oh no, she stole my thunder. Sorry. Okay. Prenups and DNA tests should be mandatory across the board at a federal level. That way, it's no longer questions of men fearing a woman's feelings, and a woman doesn't need to wonder if he trusts her. Somebody has some feedback, if y'all don't mind muting. Okay. And Blaze Brown says, one of my sister's friends signed up a prenup with her second husband, but he had to stop prematurely working before her. They've been married for 30 years. Okay. Well, that's what's up.
That's good.
Salute to Sherelle. Salute to you. I see you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
get to the video, but
And
that
JP.
was different as always. Auntie JP.
Mm-hmm.
Met my family. Do you think my mom paid for that house herself?
Yeah.
She didn't. My brother lives in that house. They're expecting a child. My younger brother, who's got medical problems, I make sure he's okay. I always tell them I'm a horse brother, but I try the best to be the best provider that I can. I just don't want to ever be in a position where that's in jeopardy.
Makes sense, right? But it does not feel good because it ain't feel good Kool-Aid. Once again, contracts are about business. John Cena has to protect his assets. He tells the story about his family. With all due respect, family or not, it's his money first. His money first. He earned it and he has to protect it. John Cena was married before this and he experienced a messy divorce. His ex-wife was looking for ways to get more money out of John Cena. Money that she did not earn. Money that's not hers. The kind of money that she does not deserve. John Cena's net worth is estimated to be $60 million. Your ex-wife does not deserve half of that. She should be happy to get $1 million. You're strong and independent. Get a job. John Cena learned that all is fair in love and divorce. That's why he decided to protect himself from this foolishness. This contract had 75 pages, and one of the things in that contract was that Nikki Bella was a guest in his house, and if they would break up, she immediately had to pack her bags and leave. This pissed a lot of people off, but this is a calculated move on John Cena's end because you can't just kick people out of the house. That's why you have to make sure it's in the contract. Now let's get into the drama.
Oh, shit.
Is that an ad?
Yeah.
Bing bong.
2 ads, bro.
Damn. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
Is the video over or is it still going?
No, it's still going, but we can start from there.
Can't be it.
No. We got like a good 7 or 6 minutes or something. All right. So besides like the whole Google ad thing, right? All right. So you guys pretty much understand the backstory. We kind of discussed what happened and the reason why he's doing that, right? Do you want me to continue on playing the video, or do you guys have anything you want to say?
Oh, I can unpack a little bit.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, brother.
He's actually becoming a goat with this shit because this is exactly what we need, and not only with these instant situations. It need to be relationship evaluations. We had a episode on this. Why, when we have a driver's license, we got to go back every some odd years to test our eyes, to make sure we good, to renew that motherfucker. And most of the licenses we have to go back to make sure things are still adequate. Why we don't have that in our marriages? You can jump in it, and then it takes forever and a lot of dollars to get out of. But if we had an evaluation worksheet like you do at your job, where you give yourself a certain evaluation and then your manager gives you an evaluation. In this case, your manager will be your significant other. And if you have areas you need to improve in, you need to do as such or find a new job. And I think this is where, we can improve if people are willing to do the self-reflection. And again, with these assessments, somebody is going to be evaluating you at the end of the year. Your performance is going to be good during the year. So, just little tidbits and shit like that about self-reflection and personal relationships and just taking accountability, and sit your ass down in a chair, whether it's a month or 3 months or 6 months or a year or 5 years or whatever, and do some evaluating. And let's talk about this and see what we can do better to make each other happy.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with
Why
him.
is that?
True.
Okay.
I agree with self-reflection 100%. I agree with self-reflection and growth. I agree with I was actually having a really difficult time. Hey, J Pam. I was having a really difficult time, and I had a stream where I had an emotional breakdown on YouTube, and I left it because I received wonderful advice, and someone did mention that in a business you do have the assessments. You know, your boss comes in and you're assessed in how you did your work. You know what I'm saying? And as a wife, I absolutely agree that if I am not being checked on my stuff and if I'm not doing my job right, then I need to be told so that I can improve, because in the end I am here to support my husband in all things that he needs, whether I like it or not. And if I'm not meeting up to my maximum potential and literally killing it, then it's not going to work out right. So I absolutely agree with this, with Mr. He said, you know, in what he was saying. I love that. Self-reflection and growth in a relationship is absolutely important because we're not perfect.
Right. Okay. Well, I appreciate everybody's perspectives on
What's
that.
this guy talking about?
So the guy's talking about, well, Master Duck says the girls, he says, is she the only female on the panel? But now we have two women on the panel.
Now we have two.
Yeah.
And he wanted to know what was her Instagram. But
don't assume my gender.
What? Male. There, I guessed it.
Don't assume my gender. Misgendering me.
Don't assume my gender. How about that?
I'm a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that her man's washed her clothes?
Yeah, but he said it was right though. He's correct. But on everything, like more often than not, I think Cena just got it more ironclad how he goes about his stuff. The fact that it's 75 pages of stuff, wow, that's a lot of typing and work.
You got to be detailed when it come to contracts with a woman, bro. You got to be detailed. Every word matters, my G. Every clause, every paragraph. Section A14, number 135-42, got to say exactly what it's supposed to say, or she gonna find a loophole in that shit.
Man,
especially women like Nikki Bella, bro. Like Nikki tried to break John. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. Nikki tried to break John into doing what she wanted him to do. That's why he probably went in that direction. Like, oh, okay, well, cool. You my lady. You want to keep pushing? Well, look, this is gonna be what you want me to do. What you want me to you want me to do what you want me to do. This how I'm gonna do it.
Exactly. This is what it comes with.
These are his terms and stipulations. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a big red snaps.
You're getting that out of me on a deal, so definitely you got to do that.
Come on, man. You can't intimidate a motherfucker he AA two motherfuckers at the same time. I ain't trying to hear that, bro. I'm not trying to hear that, man. It's John Cena, Super Cena. What's good, bro? You think Nikki gonna break him down, bro? Come on, man.
He said, do you think that Cena's new wife who looks like Nikki sign up a prenup? Hey, I don't know, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, but she did better than Nikki. She shut the fuck up and went and sat down somewhere. You don't know who she is.
Right.
Oh shoot.
Women never sign a prenup without legal person look over. Well, pretty much, guys like a lead attorney to look over it. Okay, let's go ahead and finish this video off.
Okay. Is it playing or?
It's playing. Can you guys hear it?
Nope.
It's not moving.
But you guys can hear. Oh, hold on.
No, can't hear it. Can't hear it. And
yeah. Okay, that's the video that's not moving. That's not on my end. But can you hear it now?
I don't know if I would regret it later on in life if I wasn't.
John Cena made it clear from the start that he did not want any children and marriage. Nikki Bella signed the contract because she loves him. But you see what happened? Nikki's twin sister had a baby and that triggered those mommy feelings. So now she wants to be a mom too. She changed her mind and that's okay because that's what people do. And that's why you need that contract. Now, John Cena also changed his mind. Now, check this out.
I didn't give myself long enough the first time when we called it off, and I should have given myself longer, but I got so excited that he wanted kids, I couldn't believe it. I never thought I'd hear that. But I realized there was just such deeper
You
problem.
wanted kids.
And I don't want to be the 66-year-old
Now
woman
he turned around. He
that
said,
starts
okay.
living her happy life at 63. I don't want to be that. You know,
So do you see yourself like getting back with him?
he wants me to take the day to really think about it. But to have a healthy, happy lifetime with him, I have to take a while on myself. John, when I left, he wanted me to give him a few days to make my decision. This has been my issue the whole time. It's that pressure thing. Everything is a time limit. Like, you have to get married this point and you have to do this, and nothing can just be. So it's like, even when he gives me this time limit of like to make a decision if I'll get married or not, it's just like, I can't even tell you that you can't put a time limit on it. You just can't.
This is why it's hard to take women seriously and why they make terrible leaders. Their emotions get in the way and they can't handle pressure. The reason why Nikki has a problem is because of this.
And relationship and marriage especially is about sacrifice. And I will make that sacrifice for you. I will give you a child.
I will give
He
you.
will make the sacrifice for
I will
her.
give you a child.
He will give
Exactly.
her a child.
Exactly.
He was not doing it for himself. He was doing it for her.
Exactly.
And that's why he was gonna make sure that his ass was protected. He probably
ain't that what we all do, though?
And this pissed her
No,
off.
he said, "I'll give you."
But ain't that essentially what we do as men, though?
No,
that's what she wanted.
She wanted
that's not how we understand it.
That's what she wanted.
No, I mean, I ain't talking about. Yeah, I ain't talking about as far as like that though. But when I say that, I mean more like, all right. Well, most men, when you meet them, if they in the position that John Cena in, like they cool, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I think most men kind of change the trajectory of their life for their woman. Because if we didn't have to, we'd just do whatever the fuck we want to do. John would have just kept wrestling, doing his thing. She wouldn't have did none of that. If he didn't care for her and all that, he wouldn't have considered giving her a baby. You know what I'm saying?
That he considered it. It sounds like she asked, but there are men out there who asked first as well. Like, damn, I love you. You're the type of woman that I want to raise my children. What we got to do. And I think we have to be that intentional. The way he's 75 pages intentional with a prenup, he should be that intentional about making a baby. I'm not going to give you a baby. We're going to have a baby because we need to imprint on that baby, not just her.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I ain't just talking about, I'm excuse me if it sounds like I'm just talking about with kids, right? But I mean like on the whole, like men kind of just be like, all right, babe. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times just cuz. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, that don't really sound like nothing new to me, because you know what I'm saying? That it don't matter if it's a house. If she want a new house and he the provider, she gonna, babe, I want a new house. Babe, I want a new house. Eventually he's just gonna be like, all right, babe, he might not want a new house.
Well, that's where you all have to be able to be like, hey, this ain't gonna work. But what I will say is you're right. Like I explained it to my fellas, is that, hey, Mike, is that if you think about it, when we had nothing and we were just, two people in the woods together, right? Okay, baby, I'm gonna go off and get us some food. You went out and you got the stuff, you brought it back. Well, how am I, baby? We need some fire. Okay, well, you were like, you're right, we could cook this. And you're like, oh, you're right, we could season this. Oh, you're right. Us being close to each other is nice, but a blanket is even better. There is something about the idea that on your own, y'all are like, we could be rough and whatever, and it's fine. But when you have a partner, you want them to be comfortable as much as you want them around. You know what I'm saying? So yes, you're right in that regard. But when we talk about it as just a duty, it takes away from that, because you have to have a connection with that person to really do it. Like if you're doing it just out of duty, then eventually there's a divide that happens that you can't grow back. You can't come back to,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
outside of that, yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I think that I can absolutely get both sides of what the brother and the sister are saying. I think that these are the red flags that everybody quote unquote talk about, because I haven't seen the video in totality. So I'm not going to speak from totality, but I don't hear any intangibles. All I hear are tangibles. The the contract, the baby, these are all things you can touch and feel. So I don't know much about character. I don't know how much John Cena knows about what type of a nurturing mother this woman is going to be to this baby that he's willing to give to her. But on the other side of the spectrum, I do see that, like the brother said, we are willing to acquiesce. I think in Western society, there's a term. It's happy wife, happy life. And I think just the term in itself kind of makes us as men put our happiness on the back burner to put baby girl's happiness first. And it's, why this conversation and this manosphere, quote unquote, is even in existence, because it should be equal 100-100 type of thing. I hear a lot of 50-50, but we're 100 as people. And in order for us to come together, we have to realize that we are 200, because I'm a person and you're a person. And when we realize that, and, the reciprocity that comes with just being a human, baby girl in the chat said, treat somebody like you want to be treated. And I completely disagree with that respectfully. I think you treat someone how they want to be treated. They might not want to be treated how you want to be treated. You have a palate to how you want to be treated. So find out how they want to be treated and treat them like that, and then see where that gets you.
Exactly. Yeah, to follow my brother what he said. Well, two things. One, there is a song called "Treat 'Em Right," and I want everybody to listen to the lyrics of what is being said of that, because it literally says treat them like how they want to be treated. It's really what it says.
I got
Jay Pam knows what I'm talking about. That's my song. Father MC, you know what I'm talking about. Old school. But the second point is that happy wife, happy life shit. That's some mental slavery crap that I'm not down with. I've never been a fan of that. That is mental slavery for men to make them just go above beyond for the wife. Don't do anything for yourself, and just carry over until you die. Sorry.
Well, I got a question.
But yeah, go ahead, brother.
Okay, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I got a question. Are they married here? Like on here, are they married here? Are they married now? No. Are they not? Right? Okay, so they're talking about marriage, right?
Right.
Okay, so this is just another coffee trip. He's just filling it out. He's just picking her brain. That's all he doing. That's all he doing right now.
Hold on. Hey, hold on for a minute. Hey, guys, hold on for a second.
Just like that.
Hold on for a minute. Everybody pause for quick. All right. So let me give some clarification, Master Duck, right? So, Master Duck, you asked me, how much does the divorced wife deserve, if any? What percentage? Of course, I gave you a legit answer. She deserves whatever she put in during the relationship. So, doesn't matter, right? If that's dumb advice or not. What matters is that did the wife put into the relationship, yes or no? If she didn't put shit into the relationship, then she don't deserve shit. She could just go out, get divorced, and I could just leave her with the breadcrumbs. And that's the only thing that she deserves.
And let's not forget that this girl does have money now.
Yeah.
She has money. You know what I mean? Not as much money as John Cena, but she has money.
She ain't no broke. She definitely ain't.
Exactly.
Even though she got it because of John. Y'all heard that?
You good, Yellow?
Hello?
What's going on, yo? What's going on? We hear you, Yellow. We hear you.
Okay,
Shout
just
out.
calling out the bullshit.
Quick thing. Shout out to OG Patrice. OG Patrice, we see you in the building.
TT.
OG Patrice did a live performance. Did anybody see it?
Yo. Go watch it.
It's called Life and Death. It's on YouTube.
Go watch that.
I love it. Thanks, OG Patrice, for recording it.
Really quick, I just want to comment on some of the things that people said. I agree, Mr. He said yet again, you know what I mean, with the happy wife, happy life thing. I am listening, y'all. I just had to take a quick network call. But yeah, with that being said, I think that, it has to be with both people and both energies are respected by the man and the woman. It can't be where I'm just giving you all the respect and I ain't getting nothing back, and I just got to go to work and provide, and then I come home and then maybe you might cook, and if you don't, I'm like, oh, honey, it's okay. Nah, it ain't working. Nah. We all gotta be
Toss you in the
happy up in this
river.
mug. Yeah, we ain't all happy up in this mug. Then guess what? We don't need to be together.
Right.
Bottom line.
Right.
And that's as far as that goes.
Thank you, 84. Appreciate that, man. He right.
Almost
You gonna,
definitely.
listen. My sister's gonna deal with you, so you better do your job. I'd be more scared of them. more scared of them than I would be of me, because I'm worse than them. But
it goes right with what trying to say. You see how she was in the car, like, you know, and if I want to be with him, then I'm going to have to take some time for myself. It's always this scale where, you know, we have to fight this uphill battle to prove ourselves or to acquiesce. And again, I really think that it's something that should be a two-way street. And until we see that, it's really going to be a problem. Yeah. Ladies, unless you're Nikki Bella. Now I can only because he said some, you know what I'm saying? He said some real shit.
Marcus,
you know what I'm
what's up,
saying?
Marcus?
You know what I'm saying? The only way I would be okay with Nikki saying that is because she's Nikki Bella, right? Ladies, this is my advice to y'all. Get to where you don't need no man, to where you can just choose a man.
It's fair for them.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can understand her stance at the same time. She like, well, shit, if I'm going to go back, because she's a valuable woman. You know what I'm saying? Millionaire, gorgeous, famous, established for life.
It makes it hard to be interdependent when you are Miss Independent, right? At some point, Miss, I don't need you because I got all the money, I got all the stuffs. That's the problem with saying, ladies, get to the point where you can choose you a man. Why not, ladies, get to the point where you can accept love from a man no matter what he looks like or how much money he makes, and then you can meet him on his journey, or if he's already a man of status and stature, he can see the value in you because he can be like, all right, she might have the hair thingy or the tooth or whatever, but her personality, her character, I can take her somewhere and she can hold a conversation with people who make the type of money that I'm trying to make, and she can be an asset to the conversation. If she pulling up like these ratchets on, sorry.
It's cool.
Go ahead, Auntie.
Go ahead.
If she letting all her Memphis hood chick hang out, we got a problem. It don't matter how many times. It don't matter how many letters you got behind your motherfucking name. If you out here talking about, hey man, what up, shawty? Lick my ass, nigga. Excuse me. Yes, I know. I need to go ahead and do a push up or drop. I dropped it in out there. I don't do that often. Why? Because I know that respect and decorum for my man matters more than anything else. Why? I even in the midst of all of the insanity that I have gone through with my ex, never once am I going to be out in public disrespecting you. The world is already doing that, and they already assume that I am too. When I get you home behind closed doors, though, I'm going to snatch your motherfucking soul out. Let's be real.
Damn.
That's how I respect you.
Okay, real quick. We have Mrs. Wait, hold on. Oh, you want to? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm introducing. I'm gonna just say real quick too to what Auntie was saying. I think that's important. Like you said, Auntie, what's gonna matter is who they are, their character, and if they're gonna hold you down. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with wanting a total package. You want them to look good. You want them to have finances. There's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. You know what I mean? With that, let me introduce. She is the OG of the streets. You know what I mean? One of our OGs. We love her. OG Patrice. How you doing?
That's my TT.
Hey family, what's going on?
What's
All
up,
right.
Good
baby?
evening, Miss OG Patrice.
You
How are
can't
you
have my
tonight?
Patrice. I had her first. Oh, yellow boy over there. She
That's
belongs
my
to me.
TT. What you talking about?
She belong to me. You
Oh
better
shit.
get
Mm-mm.
your act right, boy.
Mm-mm.
Don't be up. I'm gonna drop
Mm-mm.
this
That's
whole
Shat
thing
Town over
right.
there. She might she transplanted to the Arizona, but that Shat Town blood running through her veins. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Hey, that shot
I
town
mean,
thing
it's a
came out the
colonnaded
south
though.
anyway, so don't start with me. She right
Hey,
here.
hey,
Hey,
don't
hey, this is
wait.
not
Look,
about. This is not
look.
about.
I'm finna sound. I'm finna sound real smooth, like the man. Hey, baby, don't fight over me. It's enough love for me to go around.
No,
Man.
I'm
That's
selfish, y'all.
bad.
If I want the love, I want all the love. Okay.
Oh,
Nah, but one love to you, OG Patrice.
Eh,
I know you're now tuning in, but did you get a chance to catch like a little bit of what we're talking about?
yeah, and I know a little bit about his situation, John Cena. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Uh. All right. Well, before I even continue with the video, tell us, OG Patrice, like, I mean, if you're at liberty to say, what is like your experience, because I know you deal with like a lot of good people, all that. What's your thoughts? I'll just say it like that.
Well, I have two guy friends in particular that one is actually still fighting in court right now. That is wealthy, and the other one had wealth, and hence the word had. And
Okay.
these are older guys that married, young with their wives. One of my friends, the one that's still going through his divorce proceeding now, his wife has a business. He has a business. They both each had a business prior
Mm-hmm.
to them getting married. He's still fighting right now for 2 years, going through the divorce, and spent over $37,000 just in lawyer fees alone because the wife not only wants to keep all of the money from her business, but she wants half of the money from his business.
that's big.
Okay.
That's big.
Wow.
And they were only married for 3.5 years, and because he didn't have a prenup, he is fighting right now with tooth and nail to keep his money from his business. Now the other friend, the one that I said was wealthy, and this is a lesson, man. Listen, because he come in with the money, then the wife didn't sign a prenup. They only had one child. When she got pregnant, she took time off, to raise the child the first 5 years of their life. And this is right here in Arizona. He had over 200, like 190,000 in 401k. They had a home probably here in Arizona. Probably right now, I probably say, well, back then it was worth three. So with the housing market now, it's probably almost triple that. And his pension, his divorce, because they were married for 22 years. They married young, only had the one daughter. His
Mm-hmm.
divorce cost him half of everything. So in the state of Arizona, like Nevada and like California, the wife automatically gets half, no questions. So she gets half of his pension. He gave up all of his 401k and gave her the house. And at the age of 59, have to start over with his life again. So he literally had to come out of retirement and go back to work at 59 to build again. So men need to be careful. That's why I am definitely a woman for prenup. I believe that because a man stands more to lose if he's coming in the marriage with more. Now, if the woman has something when she's coming into it, she should protect hers too. I definitely agree to that. And there should be clauses in the prenup to provide a certain lifestyle living. If the man has the more income and the woman is accustomed to living a certain lifestyle, she can have clauses in the prenup. But and I'm saying this as a woman, and for a woman to come in a marriage with literally nothing and to want to take damn near all of what a man has built way before he even knew her and met her, to me is very unfair. But listen, this is again our system in these states that have this set up. And the men are losing when it comes to things like that and child support. So prenup is definitely should be a number one factor if you have any type of wealth or business that you stand to lose in a marriage. And that's on both ends, but the men tend to lose the most. So that's why I'm speaking. Because my two friends, like I said, he ain't wealthy no more. Listen, he had to settle. He said, I'd rather give her all of it and not have to continue to pay her the rest of my life. He said, so I just gave her the whole 401k. I gave her the house and she's getting half of the pension. How in the fuck? And she got a PhD. She went back to work, got a PhD. She makes 6 figures. So like how much money do you want? Do you need? And then for my other friend whose wife got a business and still want half of the husband's business. It's like, yo.
Yep. I
know it's crazy.
It is. I'm like,
that's right there.
Let me go ahead and continue with the video, you guys. But that is, yeah, man, that's madness. I'll fight for my money.
By the way, Mimsy, that's a big ass cup. I saw. What the hell?
Yeah. Let's go back to John Cena, man.
And listen, it's all. Let me just say this: it's all good, and everybody love everybody. Till don't nobody love nobody no more. We got to be real about that.
Yeah.
You're right.
I hear you, Miss OG Patrice. I hear you loud and clear.
Whatever.
Go ahead and
That's
play
why
this.
she said this.
This has been my issue the whole time. It's that pressure thing. Everything is a time limit. Like, you have to get married this point and you have to do this, and nothing can just be.
Why can't things just be? No, they cannot. I must
Biological
protect my
clock ticking,
assets.
that's why.
Because your feelings are going to bankrupt me and take away the little bit of privacy that I have left.
So it's like, even when he gives me this time limit of like to make a decision if I'll get married or not, it's just like, I can't even tell you that you can't put a time limit on it. You just can't.
And yes, he can set a time limit for you to decide whether or not you want to get married, because you've already made the choice. You've been with him for 6 years. This is why we call women agents of chaos. They don't like structure. They don't like rules. They want to do whatever they want without the responsibility. That's why they need to secure the bag. And like I've said before, he probably made her sign a new contract, and it was not going to let her take any money, at least not the money that she wants. Maybe he put a mandatory DNA test in that contract. All of that kryptonite. So they never got married and moved on. But check this out. This is John Cena's new wife. For a man like John Cena, it's not hard to get a girlfriend.
She's beautiful.
Look like Mimsy.
Quality long-term girlfriend.
Oh, shut up, Edgy. But she's beautiful.
Just like you.
I mean, he's not wrong though. Like, like for real. Like that look like Mimsy, Joe.
Yeah, exactly. Look at her.
She's not a celebrity, and she's from Iran. Different background.
You got something to tell us?
I think that this works better for John Cena.
Hey man, you got her blushing now.
He made sure that his ass is protected. I think this is the way to go, especially if you make a lot of money. It might hurt the romance, but you will sleep better at night. With all the data and statistics proving that your relationship will most likely fail, it only makes sense to have a contract to protect yourself. And that's my message to you. Whatever you choose to do with your life, make sure that you are aware of the risks, the process, the consequences.
Oh man, the end of this video
make
is
sure
funny.
that it's worth it, man.
I don't think date nights can ever get old, but I think so many years down the road, to keep things exciting, I think kids help that in a relationship. I see the point of kids after you've been with someone for so long.
So basically what you just said across the table is, you will get bored of me.
Manosphere, we work.
You heard that, right?
That nigga is cold, man.
That lady doesn't know what it's like to go to a restaurant
that's what
with
she
children.
said.
That nigga cold, man. John, like I say whatever to get out of this.
He's like,
you get bored of me.
Basically, you're saying that I'm boring.
Yeah, because she said basically, to make the relationship a lot better. And it sounded like that's what she said. Basically, yeah.
Okay, but there are things that we're not saying. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm sorry, sis. You go.
And I'm don't start with the New York thing. I ain't got the. Listen, I'm gonna be honest about this. My one thingy, like of like dude thing, that accent, bruh, something about it. I'd be like, okay, I got my act right though. I have a wonderful man in my life and a good country boy, so I'm good with that. One thing that we don't talk about is that two celebrities marrying or getting together is two franchises coming together, right? You got to figure that's different from two regular old folks. Now, these folks in these YouTube spaces, y'all got to think about it. You're now a franchise. You're a brand. So bringing it together, how do you do that? Why not teach each other, insulate your business, insulate your relationship from your business, so that you can work together, right? And then you can be around each other and not get bored with one another. What happens when you making that kind of money? Those men or those people are extremely busy, pulled into all different places at all different times. You got to schedule times for sex. You got to schedule times for communications about the babies. Pop-up stuff don't happen like that. So in that way, it's different from regular day-to-day stuff. So you have to consider those things. How do you insulate your relationship so that it doesn't get beat up on by the things that you're trying to do?
No doubt. No doubt.
No doubt.
And I mean, just to dive a little deeper, I think that's a little bit what I was saying about how we all want it so easy, and relationships are more like roller coasters than rocket ships. It's gonna come a time, you're gonna get boring. I don't care if you're John Cena, Denzel Washington, Halle Berry, SWV. It don't matter. The person sitting across from us is going to just become that person sitting across from us. It doesn't matter who they are. Look at all of the most quote unquote beautiful women in the world. They all been divorced, broken up, or cheated on. From Beyonce to Halle Berry, you continue, the list goes on and on, because we are all just people. And it's that lack of accountability. Everybody wants to be the center of attention, the spotlight. Everything's good all the time. And even when you're John Cena, I hate to break it to you, shit is going to get boring. And she may have a point. Kids do add a little spice to where it's like, it's a little more than just love and attraction. I said earlier, marriage is about honor, duty, and responsibility. And if you don't have kids, you kind of don't have those three things. You can fucking get up, leave, go through the year of separation or whatever it is you have to do in your state, and then have your divorce. But when you have kids, you have a little more invested. And that's where people kind of lose it, where investment is very important. That's why a bank won't give you a loan unless you have some collateral or something invested in the loan, because it's harder to just walk away. And again, level of maturity, individuality is going to speak to that. And I think that's the conversation John Cena wasn't having with the potential mates. Conversations that go a little deeper than just looks and babies and agreements and dinners and who's paying for everything. And I think that's where we find love, is in that sub level.
But I will say this though, like I want to like think, like, for the ones who probably think that, okay, kids may be like the solution to add some more spice to it. To be honest with you, in my opinion, I feel like kids will just add more of a headache. Now, of course, anything that's brand new is going to add some type of spice. Wherever you get a new girlfriend, a new car, 4 or 5 kids, or the like. But the point is that eventually, you're gonna get bored of all those things, and then after that, then what you're gonna do?
Well, in a normal life, people can say it could be boring, but no one has that John Cena money to know. So I'm not going to say that it's going to be a boring life with John Cena's money. We're not just talking about WWE money. We talk about movie money. We talk about commercial money. We talk about the clothing line. He got bread. He got money. So no one here has that John Cena money to know that yet. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say that it's going to be boring with that type of money. If I'm involved in a relationship with his type of money, I can't say that. I don't know. In a
Yeah,
normal
let me.
life,
Yeah.
yes,
Mhm.
maybe.
Well, let
Depends.
me say this, right? Because here's the thing. Don't forget the title is marriage not suitable for the rich? A lot of times we look at these rich couples or wealthy couples, however you want to say, and then we kind of compare our lives or try to emulate that type of lifestyle. But we have to understand that one, we're not rich, you know what I mean? We're not making the money that they're making, and we're not in a situation where they have to put themselves in those life changing decisions.
Yeah.
I'm for sure no guy want to spend his time writing a 69-page letter or 60 whatever, for this woman who he wants to really be with. It's just that the fact is that unfortunately, if you don't think business smarts over romance, you're going to end up getting burnt if you're with the wrong person.
Right.
Now, JP, I see you have a question. What
Can
do
I
you what?
can I speak on what I just said for a second?
Oh
You
yeah,
know
go
what I
ahead,
mean?
Mr. Best.
And definitely I'm gonna introduce Queen. Queen, good to see you. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
Queen, my
Peace,
bad.
Queen.
You know what I
Hey,
mean?
Barry, how's your spirit?
You know what
Hold
I
on for a
mean?
second. What's up, Queen? How
Um,
you doing?
I'm
Queen.
good. I'm good.
Man,
I'm
I
good.
know I let
that's
you
it,
in, but
man.
I forgot that you was in.
Yeah, yeah,
Go
yeah.
on.
I'll let it go
Look,
this time. M3. Go ahead,
All right,
Mr. Best.
my
thank you,
apologies.
thank you, thank you, thank you, Queen. That being said, I think that you know, I think that dang, I keep agreeing with Mr. He said. I don't know why this keeps happening, but but yeah, man, I think what he said is poignant and true. Like, you know, eventually somebody's gonna get born because you have to live with them, right? And once you live with them, you know their habits, you know who they are, and we've seen it. We done seen the most baddest of bad. We done seen the most wealthy of wealthy of men and women, and they all somehow, some way, find a way to have relationship problems. So the money aspect is not going to make up for who you really are in your
Yep.
relationship. Like who you really are is going to shine at the end of the day.
Amen.
That's going to stand the test of the time. You know what I'm saying? But I think kids can add a dynamic, and the dynamic could either be better or it can make things a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be either one. So either it can add that spice, or it could add just more problems to the relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's why I always say before you have a kid or you think about having kids, definitely plan it out. Because you don't want to end up having multiple kids and now you are not happy about what's going on in your situation because you ain't
Dun,
planned it
dun,
out.
dun, dun, dun,
You know what I'm
dun.
saying?
Those
And now
roughnecks.
you're just sitting there miserable. You ain't happy. Your spouse ain't happy. And things are just all messed up. You know what I mean? Or if you plan it and things go right, man, I guess that American dream, as they say, right? I call it a
Mm.
fantasy. But you know what I mean? You have that American fantasy and you have
It's a
the white
dream.
picket
Stop it.
fence, the white picket fence, a dog, a cat, and
Yes.
you drop the kids off to school and everything's
Yes.
all right and everybody's all happy or whatever. But in most cases
That's
that's not
right.
that's not real life. In
Yes,
most
it is.
cases, even with that, no, it's not Queen. Even with that, even if you have that, those people still wind up life's still gonna hit you. Life's still gonna hit you. So it's still somebody gonna get sick or somebody gonna lie, somebody gonna cheat, somebody gonna steal some money. I mean, things happen. One of the kids gonna probably be messed up or they may have health issues. Life is gonna
Hey,
happen
hey, hey, hey,
regardless.
kids don't get messed up. Chill out now. We gotta.
No, I'm being real. I'm being real. Life is gonna happen. Life is gonna happen. And when life happens, will you and your partner be able to stand the rain? That's really what it means.
Kids get
It's gonna
affected the
happen to
most.
you. You know what I'm saying?
They
Will you be able to
do.
stand the rain?
They
Can
get
you
affected
stand
the
the?
But
most. I'm just
But
saying that saying
Oh,
messed up is
wait,
a thing
hold on,
okay,
that
y'all.
children
so
Hold on,
wait,
do.
wait, wait,
y'all.
wait, wait. Hold on, hold on,
No,
hold
I'm
on.
not. I'm not. I'm not
I
demonizing
gotta get
kids.
to Queen.
I'm not demonizing kids, y'all. I'm just saying. My point
Mhm.
is, can you stand the rain? You know what I mean? New
Can
Edition made the
you
song.
stand
Stand
the
the
rain?
rain.
Listen.
Can I
Let me
go?
let me let me cut all
What?
this out. First of all,
Oh,
listen.
wow.
When you get rich, you know what the problem is? The problem is you got the camera in your face too much. That's what the problem is. That's why it don't work out. You got somebody out there that's always looking for a damn story out in the open that's looking for that exclusive. They don't care about what you're going through. And then next thing you know, you go home to your wife and you be like, man, you said this in the article about me. Whoop, 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 whoop. That's where the problems come in at. because of the cameras, the pictures, that lifestyle. You got it all in your face. That's the problem. Everybody see you. Everybody got a story. Everybody got something to say. Now, if you're rich and you don't have those cameras in your face and you still got that John Cena money, things can work out. Things can work out. It all depends though. But things can work out. Things can
I
work
hear a
out.
disagreement. Yeah.
I mean, you got to have that money to listen. I feel like things can work out. I don't have the John Cena money, but because I mean, I don't know. I don't. No one up here has that type of money to know if the life is going to be better for you. Nobody has that type of money. But in a normal life, you can say that in a normal life.
I'm like Biggie. I think more money, more problems.
Wait, hold on. Okay,
Yeah,
wait, hold on. Wait, hold on, guys. Hold on. Queen. Okay. I know you seem like you had something that you want to say, so
I just want I don't know. I used to watch Tim and the twin wrestler sometimes on their little show. And I just think look, money, status will never build character. It will never change who you are. You can have $5 and have the dopest character, the dopest spirit, and pull so many situations, girls, whatever. You can have money, be a jackass, a jerk, and lose it all. We all know this. Money does not make you who you are. It just allows you to buy things, to attain things, and live a lifestyle. And half the time, these celebrities, when you look at them, they're freaking miserable with the money. So I've seen people in mansions. I've seen people in sheds, and it's about you, and any relationship can stand the test of time. It's how you built it. If you built it on sand, it's going to sink. If you built it on a solid foundation, which communication, honesty, trust, it can stand anything, but it's both people being willing to do the work. That's the problem. That's the problem. One person can't be willing to do 70% and the other person do 30. It's not going to work. Both people got to be willing to fight, to go check themselves, and come back and have the conversation. Simple, like money. I've not that I've experienced John Cena's money, but my family, we've had a lot and we've had a little. But in all those times, we had fun. I watched my family go through ups and downs. I watched them succeed. I watched them fail. But at the end of the day, they had their issues. But when shit hit the fan, they had their issues. They brought it back to the table. But we had fun. I watched them laugh. I watched them curse. I watched them yell, and I watched them cry together. That's what it's about. And a lot of people don't want to put in the work. They want the fairy tale marriages that you see on these fake ass celebrities, or in the movies, and it's not real. Marriage is work. It's not for the faint at heart. It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. You're not always going to wake up and go, "Oh my gosh, he's amazing. Oh my gosh, she's my dream." Like I was told by my husband that I left my sense of humor at the altar. Because I thought that once we got married in that part of our lives that I couldn't be silly anymore. I couldn't play around anymore. I didn't understand that. So when he told me that, I had to check myself and go, wow, we did have fun. We were clowns. Like we wrestle. We got Nerf guns. We got water guns. We got Nerf bats. We play hide and seek. We wrestle. You know what I mean? Like, where did that humor go? Because that's what drew me to him. So 10 years in, we're revisiting that humorous side of us, where we thumb wrestle, or we slap box, or we pillow fight. I'm not saying we always play around and joke, but I'm just saying it's about putting in the work. and understanding that there are going to be dry spells. But at the end of the day, I'd rather have a dry moment with him than anyone else. I would rather go through the storm with him because we've been through so much. My parents had 6. There was 6 of us. There was 8. There was 2 miscarriages. I can't say that they their life was less stressful, but it looked like they were having a pretty good damn time with us. That's what they perceive. So yeah, I'm just saying, it's not always about the pocket and the bag. When you chase that, that's all you get.
Yeah.
Shout
Real
out to
quick. Wait, hold on.
Hold on, everybody. I gotta give a shout out real quick. Let me shout out the comments real quick, y'all, so we can move forward, and then M3 can take the lead. You guys give a shout out to Pops. You know what I mean? You can't fool Pops. And then we also got to give a shout out to the homie, Dominique Anthony. You know what I mean? What's going on, Dominique? M3, go ahead, bro.
Okay, real quick, because Yellow, he has like a few minutes. So I wanna do a courtesy and ask Yellow the question that you have put out, JP. And the question is for Yellow. What have you done to spice up your relationships?
Oh Lord, that's a loaded question. That's a loaded question you asking my nephew right now.
Good thing you ain't got much
I got the
time.
hell out of there. That's what I did. I left. I spiced it up. I changed that motherfucker. I ended it. That's how I spiced it up. It's like I'm gone. Click.
That's an easy one, man.
No. Real talk. No. Anyway,
that's an easy one.
My thing is this.
No,
I'm just playing. No, real talk. I'm kind of like the spontaneous dude, right? So I try not to let it get boring. I know everybody get boring after a while, right? But I'm spontaneous as shit. Like we could be going somewhere. Like I'm in Chicago, so we could be driving to the lake, and we could be driving by the lake, and it could be like 3:45 in the morning, and I know a little parking spot over on 55th where we can go park and run underneath the walkway real quick and go over there on the, on the beach or whatever, or by the beach, and watch the sun go up.
He brought a blanket.
Watch it go in. I mean, hey, blanket or not, who knows? I said I'm spontaneous. Might not be a blanket right there. Who knows? I'm taking the important things, and that's my lady.
Okay.
So you're not gonna fire out to like a nice little trip where you guys could walk to the beach, and then you see that little coffee shop and take her on a coffee date?
Oh yeah, I mean, you know what? Now, once you get to be my lady, you don't have to get coffee date no more.
Ooh. Autopilot. He's on autopilot.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can now take your seatbelt off and move freely about the cabin.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can
Let
turn
me
around.
just say this. I'm glad that you said that you parked, because I recently saw a video of a young man and his woman. They were in the car riding, and she was twerking while he was recording and driving. And they got into a car accident.
They
And
crashed.
she had a really bad. They had to go to the hospital thing. So yeah, y'all be careful with your spontaneity. But go ahead, whoever next. Go ahead.
Yeah, don't be too
No, that's called
spontaneous.
stupidity. That ain't spontaneity. That's a different S word. Different S word.
I'm gonna jump in. So, fellas, I mean, date nights. If you could get multiple date nights in a weekend, would be great. But if not, one date night would be fine. Dinner, dancing, maybe comedy club, or whatever the case may be. Whatever you guys like. You can always give rub downs, massages, foot rubs, fellas. They love those. And here's one. I know this is going to be left field, fellas, but here's what you can do. You can pleasure her and just walk away. Make her a sandwich, actually. Make her bust one, and then you just make her a sandwich. And that goes a long way, fellas. The reciprocation is stupendous. But, set a mood. Let them know you're thinking about them. Flowers, Any girl that say they don't like flowers, they lying. Bring her flowers and see what she do. And just think about her and be a pleaser, man. Don't be so scared to please her, because you know how it feel when you get pleased.
Well, listen, I got a question. What are we talking about? Are we talking about normal life, or are we talking about John Cena's money?
Now we
I'm talking
talking
No,
about
they
about
didn't
how
answer the
to.
it's a
question.
question. This is
The
a
He talking
question for
question
about
was
everybody.
how to
you done
spice
cat
up your
daddy.
relationship. That was the
No.
question.
He trying to find a way
It,
to
it's a
not
question for everybody, not just for
yes.
you.
It's for
Right.
you, cat daddy.
The question
You
was just how to spice up your relationship. I didn't take anything about John Cena into it. I'm just,
No,
trying to
I'm
give
not just
tips
talking to
on
you. I'm not
how to
just
rock.
talking to you.
I
I'm
got
not just
that, but I'm just
yeah.
answering your question first.
Okay.
All right. Next.
Can I say something as an OG?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all youngers is if y'all might have heard of it or ever used to it, but something that I think that is one of the most romantic things is I remember when I was married to my husband, right, and we used to talk about each other's like fulfilling a fantasy of each other. And I think one of the sexiest, coolest things is to find out whatever that fantasy would be with someone and do that with your spouse. Like that's what I used to do with my ex-husband when I was married. Like create like a fantasy and make it come to life. Case in point, like example, like we I used to do like a role play of a fantasy of where I'm a woman that comes in a bar and he's sitting there alone having a drink, and I walk over and I create whatever that fantasy is for him for that night, whatever like that looks like. I think that part of relationships is not in the younger generation, and that's something that I used to love to do when I was married. And I only did it when I was married to my husband. With my husband, would be create the fantasy, whatever that looked like.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. Oh, everybody got quiet. But
I'm
yeah, I
sorry.
do believe.
That's
Oh,
just a
go
way of
ahead.
spicing up the marriage. That's another way of spicing up the
I'm
marriage.
I'm
Well,
Yeah,
I
I'm
I
was
hear
taking
gonna
you.
ask.
notes. I'm taking notes.
Or either the relationship. I know men have fantasies. Listen. What do you want me to be? The damsel in distress? What do you want me to be? The you know the maid dressed in a cute little outfit. You want me to
Role
you want me to you
playing.
want me to be the woman that show up at your door, act even though we live together. Show up at your door with nothing but a trench coat on with some lingerie up under it. Like what? Like these are some creative things that I know I used to do when
Okay.
I was
See,
married.
that's what I was just waiting. I was gonna let everybody else go, so I was trying to get people to be honest about it. Like one of the things that I did was when he came home, I showed up at the airport with a trench coat on and one of them short skirts and a pair of thigh high boots. Like, hey, baby, I'm so glad to see you again. You just don't come on. Let's go to this
Ow.
hotel. We're gonna go to this hotel. Somebody else taking care of the kids. Let's do this thing. And I need you to know that I'm thankful to see you before anybody else gets to see you at all. Like some of the things that people just
Oops.
I didn't seem like folks love each other
Uh-oh.
in that way anymore.
Cause,
That's what I was curious about because
sis, JP, because if you don't think them men had them little naughty little fat, they do. So he's like, okay, what you want me to be? I could be that broad, like you saying you did with the thigh high, but like, come on, the
yeah, you
men
ain't
have you, sis, they do, right?
but you don't
That's
even
all
have to
I'm
do
saying.
that. You can show up in at the bedroom door with nothing on and a plate with a biscuit and an egg on it, and he gonna have the same type of enthusiasm. It's
That
the
part,
effort that you put into it.
that
If
part.
if you manage to make a sandwich that tastes like more than just a sandwich, like more than just bread, meat, and cheese, and you happen to be ready to go afterwards, so is he. You understand? Like you got to encourage it some. Like we just be like, I'm here, yay. No, you have
Yeah.
to, do more than that. It's the same way you
Auntie,
can.
And you
Yes.
ain't even
Auntie,
got to twerk. You
Mhm.
ain't got to twerk to make it go like you ain't got to twerk, y'all, to do that.
Hey, but my booty grew. That's never mind. I mean, yes, nephew. Wait, where you go? How you gonna
What's
call
going
my
on?
name and then leave?
Oh wait, real quick. Yeah, my bad. I accidentally deleted the wrong chat, Princess K. But
Oh wait,
as long as you know that I'm good, we're good.
can I respond to Princess K? She said she don't like flowers. Princess K, let me tell you, honey, yes you
She's
do.
allergic to
You like
flowers.
no,
She's
she's not. You
allergic.
listen, let me hold on.
Okay.
You like
Shit, no,
sativa.
she's not.
You like indica, sativa, you like face off, purple Mr. Nice Guy, baby. That's a flower. Go ahead and get me some of them anytime. Y'all don't think big enough. Shit.
All right,
I
y'all
like
listen to
those
that one right
flowers
there.
too. Those are my favorite
Yeah.
flowers.
Hey, y'all, but I'm about to bounce out, y'all. It was dope having this talk. You know what I'm saying? Gotta go do my thing. Y'all come check me out on what hell am I now? I'm on YouTube. I done sold
Yeah.
out.
You got a
I done,
YouTube channel,
I
nephew?
done I done turned heel, auntie. I done went to the dark side.
Y'all
Put it
turn
I
in,
got
up
my
the
wolf
church
pack.
put it
I
right
in
got
the
my
chat.
NWO shirt on. Now you know I jump up for the wrestlers. I
Hey,
got my
I
NWO
got on
shirt
the
on.
same shirt on right now. I got the same
Dog.
shirt. That's crazy.
Wolfpack back. Hey, this is one of the dopest theme
Yes, it
songs, y'all.
is.
This is one of the dopest wrestling theme
Yes.
songs ever. The Wolfpack
Yes.
NWO Wolfpack. If you get a chance, put it on and be ready to fight afterward.
Yes.
But yeah, I got a YouTube channel now. It's just yellow. So hopefully I'll bump the algorithm and become whatever you type in when you type in yellow. Yeah, that's me. That's
All
my
right.
goal is to bump the algorithm. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
Yeah.
nephew. Congrats.
Thank you,
And
thank you.
I want to salute to you, man. Before you get up out of here, let me salute to this guy right here, man. It's yellow, man. Salute to you, brother.
Dun, dun.
Yes, sir. And
Yes, sir.
I'll piggyback and finish off what Eddie King was saying. So, you know, when that John Cena money hit, right? You know what I'm saying? Like he said, you got too many cameras on you, right? And they can clearly see you, right? But if
Yes.
you try to move like John Cena, you'll make sure they won't see you.
Right.
Because you can't see me, dog. Time is up. My time is now. I'm out.
Right. Go ahead, everybody, right? And go subscribe to Yellow's YouTube channel. I post on there like on YouTube. And then for the Twitch gang, all right, and this thing. Go ahead, click on this link, subscribe to his YouTube channel, and come right back here. Because we're not done yet. Okay. Mr. Best in the World, do you
Auntie,
have
my
something you want
bad.
to say?
My bad. I was laughing because you said you could show up with a plate with an egg on it. I said just the egg. we ain't gonna get nothing more than
Cause
that.
you ain't gonna be eating that egg. You might be eating something else, but it ain't gonna be that egg.
Lord have mercy. Lord
You
have
trying to
mercy.
get to my eggs. You're not anyway, go
Lord have
ahead.
mercy.
Oh,
Lord have mercy, man. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
yeah. Me and your other auntie, we can go there with y'all because we all grown folk in here, right? But y'all gotta
Yes,
be more.
indeed.
Y'all gotta be creative.
We all
Hey,
grown folks,
it's all
and
good.
it's almost after midnight somewhere. So let's just talk about this. One of the things is, listen, if there are only 30% of less than 30% of women have an orgasm, these women don't know what they need themselves. So you gentlemen have got to educate yourselves on not porn, getting women what they need, right? If they don't understand, first of all, they don't understand the inner workings of their own hoo-hoo. My right hand to the Lord, okay? Not
They're
understanding
yoni.
where
They're
you can
yoni.
and cannot wash, okay? Not understanding what makes what work and tick, what you need to eat to make it taste the way it's supposed. You all need to know these things if you're gonna be putting your face down there or your winky do for that matter.
Yeah,
So
but John Cena knows what he's doing. He did.
shitting me.
And
Why
that's
you
by
say
getting
that?
the prenup. Because he spent his creative time to write up that prenup or that relationship letter. And that takes a lot of work, thought, care, and all that. He gave her what she needed, not what she wanted.
What? Sex is an orgasm is a need. An orgasm is a need just like food. It releases frustrations, right? Did you know that having sex you can burn 500 calories? The
Yeah, I'm
orgasm
aware of
itself
that.
actually releases some, the things you need to get that frustration off your body.
Yeah, it
So
releases endorphins too.
right,
Yeah.
to give her what she needs is not to just write down that stuff on paper. You got to give her that too. Y'all, they each other.
Yeah, I think he handled his responsibility as far as what he felt like he needed to do to empower himself financially or to kind of protect both of them, I guess, whatever. I think that goes without saying. I think when it comes to intimacy, that's a whole different conversation. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know what he does in the bedroom, neither do I care. You know what I'm saying? I don't get involved in people's bedroom, and I don't want you involved in mine. Now, with that
Oh,
being
so they
said,
didn't have that conversation. That
I mean,
never came up.
and maybe it did, OG. Maybe it did. But
No,
but
no.
clearly,
I meant from the video before I
no.
came up. When y'all,
She wanted kids. He didn't want kids.
oh,
But
she
she
wanted
signed,
kids. Okay.
yeah, but
Yeah,
keep in mind she's already signed a relationship agreement
yes,
stating that he's not about to provide children for her.
yeah.
But because her twin sister had kids, it made her it pretty much caused her to get back into her feels again.
But
So
she was done for signing that contract in any way. You know what I mean? Because you shouldn't sign a contract unless, okay, if you're gonna make agreements, make sure these are agreements that you really want to do. Don't. I think she did that because she felt like this would make him happy, and that just clearly showed because she couldn't hold on to it. You know what I mean? If you don't want something in your life, you know what I mean, then you're not gonna have it. You know what I mean? I don't want beets in my kitchen. I don't like beets. It's not something that I eat. Okay, so I don't have it in my fridge. I don't eat it. If you don't want something in your environment, don't put it in your environment. She clearly thought
So
that
she
maybe she
signed a agreement
yeah, she signed an
that
agreement.
he
She signed an
didn't
agreement.
want kids. She agreed to not
Yeah.
wanting kids with him.
Yeah, but OG, this is the point. This is the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is, I think she signed this probably thinking, and I'm not saying that she was thinking this. She probably was thinking she could change him, and you can't change nobody. He already told you what it
Yeah.
is. He told you
Big.
no
Yep.
from the door. So if he told
Yep.
you no from the door, and then you signed an agreement on top of that, it's a wrap. He's not gonna renege on that. Now, and then I think when it comes to educating each other about the bedroom, I think that has to come from the people. Well, I mean, in relationships, period, it has to come from those a lot of times who are your elders, right? Who've been there, done that. Those are the ones who should be having conversations with you. I had plenty of older men in my family that got together with me and said, "Hey, look, brother, if you get with a female, you at that age, right? You're a grown man. All right, you get with a female." And I mean, and sometimes I'm like, man, well, we got to talk about this. Like, yo, man, chill out. Like, I'm trying to tell you something important because I don't want you to hurt yourself out here. You know what I mean? I don't want you to hurt a female out here. I want you to know what to do. I don't want you to catch nothing. You know what I mean? And I don't want you giving nobody nothing.
I agree with
You know what
that.
I'm
I
saying?
agree with
So
that.
they taught me different rules and different things. And once I learned them different rules and different things, I applied those things. You know what I mean? When I had the opportunity to. So that's the thing. The older men need to be teaching the younger men what to do, especially not just in the bedroom, but overall. And I think maybe John Cena has somebody teach him how to do that. That's why he had the contract signed. Like this is something that he had to. He had, you don't have nobody just sign a contract out of nowhere. Like this is something that he thought about. He probably asked advice about all that stuff. So, you know what I mean? That's what it got to come down to in relationships. You got to ask advice about things. If you don't know something, ask somebody who do know. You know what I'm saying? Ask somebody you trust, and ask for men and women
Or
both.
even if he didn't have OG, he probably had a smart attorney or accountant that told him to protect himself when it comes to things like that. Because I think now, more than ever, especially in sports and entertainment, with so many of them getting caught up with these babies and having to pay child support to these IG models and women that have a specific agenda when they go after them. So I think that they're wising up now. If they not, they definitely need to. They especially need to have some type of training course or class on financial literacy and not getting caught up like that when they are involved with these women that specifically target them, that has an agenda, to come at them like that. So you're right, 84. She probably went in thinking, oh, I'm going to change him. He going to change his mind. Maybe 5 years in the relationship, 3 years, he might change his mind and want a baby or might want to have children.
You see how that worked out for her. It didn't work at all.
And then the longer together. But I for sure he'll probably put a baby in that new woman. The one that Eddie King said looked like Mimsy.
I just get ready to say because she young and it might change. It might change for her. Now it definitely might change for her.
Well,
If if
that's just like
if if
Neo.
he
Wait,
hasn't
hold on
taken
one
care of
second, Mimsy.
himself, if
Yeah,
he hasn't taken care of himself, because he might have got a vasectomy to make sure he don't have children.
yeah.
That's not
Hold on, real,
100%
real,
either.
yeah, real quick. Mimsy Limbs have to go, so I'm going to highlight her real quick. Mimsy Limbs, thank you for tuning in as always.
I love you guys. I just wanted to come and hang out, and I appreciate you guys inviting me. And
Mims, did you see the video?
girl, you know I saw it. I had my kids watch it too.
Oh, cool. Okay, great.
What I did notice is that you had it on YouTube Kids though, so like no one can comment and like tell you how amazing it is. So
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll take it
I
off.
didn't.
I didn't even know
Yeah,
I
I
did
didn't.
that.
Yeah, I didn't know if you like you know how to do that, but like Pops was doing it too. So I don't know if you guys like got together and were like, hey, we're gonna put our stuff on like the YouTube Kids channel. I don't know. These are crazy.
No, me and Pop just old and we don't know all the rules.
But
Lord.
I wanted to just point out because Queen was saying that about weddings and marriages, and I feel like this is a really important thing because ladies, it's not about the weddings and the glamorous weddings because that's shenanigans. It's not about that. Once you get over that little party and that blissful stage, you've got to work on your marriage because it's not always going to be rainbows and sunshine and butterflies like like we were saying. It's the personal growth, it's the reflection. No, it's not happy wife, happy life. I don't agree with that. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you guys and I love you. I'm gonna go spend some time with my love.
I
All right,
love
Mimsy
you.
Limbs.
Peace,
Tell Mike
man.
what's up.
Later.
Tell Mike what's up.
Everybody
I was
says what's
gonna
up.
say that it's just like
Peace
I
to you,
wonder if
sis.
he's gonna
Peace.
switch up like Neo did when Neo was married to his first wife. He told her he had her sign something that they weren't gonna have kids, and when he divorced her, he got married to another woman. He has kids now, so he just didn't want kids with her, but he switched his mind with the second wife.
I mean, it's his mind to switch. That's
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying that.
I
I'm just
know.
saying. I wonder if
I
he's
know you're
gonna
saying, but
he's gonna
I'm
pull a
speaking.
Neo.
Right. And I'm just speaking to the pop culture in which is westernized society or quote unquote America, where when you say you like Burger King, it equally means that you hate McDonald's. And it's not necessarily so.
Yeah.
But we don't have those unique individuals that say, well, I get my burger from Burger King, I get my fries from McDonald's because that's what I like. We have a bunch of go along to get alongs in this society. Like, yeah, instead of, I respectfully disagree or this is where I part. And there's not a lot of individuals in society anymore. Or should I say there's an individualist society, but not a lot of unique individuals. So, it's completely about perspective, in my opinion. And I think that, like I said, the intangibles versus the tangibles. I think John Cena did not have a lot of, intangible conversations with this young lady. They both are material people, like, Homeboy said, when you have quote unquote John Cena's money, I absolutely agree with his point that you have to protect yourself in a certain manner. But at the same time, I think like Knowledge and Relationships said as well, it's completely a strategic standpoint that you have to operate from. And until people start to realize that, certain people have a certain level of maturity and other people don't. Some people are playing chess and some people are playing checkers. And, until you realize that, you probably one of the people playing checkers.
And I learned today that's because the ones that ain't playing chess don't know how to play chess.
Yeah, I think also like Mr. He said was saying, like a lot of people they just go along and get along, right? And they wind up in a situation where they just in a situation for mad long.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that situation been needed to end like damn near 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and y'all still doing the same thing. Like, bro, it ended already. And then what make it worse is when you add things to it. You start adding kids, right? Then they become a part of your business, and you start doing all these other things. Like, no, 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 no. Just stop. Stop. Stop.
And then
It's over.
and then it becomes, well, we stayed because of the kids. It becomes that,
Oh man.
and it's like, let's address that. Like, really, should you stay with somebody just because you got kids together with them?
No.
I think that's the worst thing you can do to the
Thank
kids
you. Me too.
because the kids feel it. And
Yep.
those are the kids I work with every day as a social worker. They're
Wow.
traumatized. They don't know how to have relationships. They don't know boundaries. They don't know what self-worth is. They deal with this every day. And then if they don't get it, if they don't get help, they breed it into the children that they have. And it just becomes a perpetual cycle where you're living and you're changing. I had a young lady altering herself, going like to the distance for someone who didn't value her. And I couldn't speak value into her enough to the point where she damn near killed herself. And she had to be in the hospital, laying in the bed saying, why did I do this? And I was there to support. And all I had to say was, well, I'm here. So where are we going from here? Not where we came from, not what got you here. How are we going to get you out this bed and move you forward? That's it. That's it.
Queen, it's so funny you said that, because we talk about the celebrities and the wealth that they have, but look at prime examples. Look at what Willow was doing to herself. Now you would think her parents are
Yeah, that
both
was crazy.
celebrities. They got all the wealth, but she was cutting herself.
Yeah.
I mean, so so listen.
Miss America, didn't Miss America jump off a building or something like that?
Yeah, she killed
Yeah,
herself.
but
Well, deleted.
she was suffering, with she had issues
Depression.
with depression
Yeah.
really bad. That's mental health. And then I believe that no matter if you're rich or poor, who you truly are already is just gonna heighten that. So
Exactly.
if you are a hole when you're poor, you're gonna be even a bigger a hole when you're wealthy.
Very
Like,
true, but let's just pause for a second. Even a child cutting themselves is in Western culture a mental health issue, and at the end of the day, it does have to do with what they're witnessing and experiencing in the world, the same as adults who are doing things to themselves. So I just want to make sure that we don't like it's terrible to hear, but we need to make sure that we don't just like glance over that it is a mental health thing inside of our children. They're experiencing these things at such an early age, and so often generationally we think about what our past went through or whatever, but we don't think about the fact that our children are right now going through these things in real time, right? They since Columbine, that means that all of the 20-year-old children, they have all witnessed school tragedy. So there's no safety at home. There's no safety at school. So I just wanted to take a moment and make sure that we acknowledge cutting is from witnessing way too many things.
oh yeah, but in her case, she said it on Red Table Talk. It's because of the pressure of what her dad wanted her to do, and she didn't want to do it. It's like the force of trying to be in that business to a certain extent that she didn't
Yeah.
want to do. So that became overwhelming for her, because when you have two parents that are astronomically big in that industry, the pressure on that child, the expectation is for that child to be just as great. You heard Janet Jackson talk about that in comparison to her brother. You talk about you hear the children talk about, even like Michael Jordan's son. He went to school with my nephew, U of I. The pressure of him, the expectation is for the children to be just as great, if not greater than their parents. And that's a lot of pressure on the child, that unrealistic expectation. So when that type of pressure is on the child, and the parents is pushing them, that's going to be an issue in and of itself, and that can cause the child to fall into a deep depression as well, which is what Willow did. But she said on Red Table Talk, it's because of the pressure that Will was pushing on her.
I'm gonna just keep it
Understandable.
100. I'm gonna keep it
Understandable.
100.
Mm-hmm.
My bad, bro.
No,
Um,
you good.
yeah, I'm gonna just keep it 100. Like, look, outside of mental health, we understand mental health. 'Cause I have people in my family, cousins. I even have a parent who has really, really, really severe mental health. You know what I mean? So I understand it. I've lived it. I've been in it. But when it comes to certain kids, they don't have control of it. Certain kids, they can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? And there's certain kids, where they are a blessing. We love them. But I'm gonna just keep it 100. There's some kids that are a demon seed, and we know it from when they're a kid. We knew Lil Rodney was gonna be a criminal. We knew it since we was little kids. We knew that he was about it. You know what I mean? And when he got older, Lil Rodney was about it. You know what I mean? When he got older, and that's just who he was. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And I, and
That's
I
true.
and I've seen it.
True.
I've seen it. You know what I mean? I've seen it where it's like, yeah, that's always been you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So sometimes it's just in them. Like I have another, close relative given everything. I mean, when I mean everything, everything. You know what I mean? But ever since they was a kid, and there's always been stories. Yeah, they always been like that. That's always just who they are. You know what I mean? And they came from excellent parents. You know what I mean? Who worked, who strived, who did everything. You know what I mean? Put their life on the line and still. But then you also have kids that are not like that. Or you have kids that's trying to figure out. I mean, it comes in various shapes and forms of people. You know what I mean? But a lot of times, a parent can instill everything in a kid, but the kid has to still make that choice when they get older. You know what I mean? They still gotta make choices of who they want to be. You know what I mean? My parents and particularly my grandparents instilled a lot of things in me, but there were some things I've adopted, and there's some things I've just let go. And some of those things aren't bad things that I've let go. It just ain't for me. You know what I mean? I don't want some of the values that they have. You know what I mean? I'm not turning off my electronics when it's thundering because the Lord doing His work. I'm just not doing it. You know what I mean? Or just
Right. I remember those days.
yeah,
We
I'm
used
gonna
to
be
have to cut the
yeah,
lights out.
everything, OG.
We have to sit on the floor and be quiet. Like I remember those days.
You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying? Everything. Go
that's
ahead, bro.
that's
I'm sorry.
no,
You better
you
turn off those
fine because
lights.
that's absolutely true, and it just speaks in totality to this conversation that we live in different times, and there are different, shall I say, rules for these times and these kids. And I absolutely heard the sisters, when they spoke about the kids today, but I heard the brother as well. And for the sister that said, her youngling went to the same school as Michael Jordan's youngling. Let me ask you this: how much pressure was on Michael Jordan, the actual Michael Jordan? But here's the thing about pressure: it either makes a diamond or it busts your pipe. And I think that these new younger kids are more focused on us noticing that they're pipe busts instead of them becoming diamonds. And I understand that they go through trials and tribulations because we did as kids as well. But at the same time, remember your ancestors. I'm gonna say a couple of names right now: Nat Turner, Kwame Ture, aka Stokely Carmichael. Y'all might not know who these people is, but these is our ancestors. You have to walk with a little bit of a sense of knowledge that there was some excellence, that you are cut from this cloth, and a little bit of excellence is expected from you. But that's the thing about excellence, is when you do it one time, people are going to want it from you again, and now you are expected to perform. And that's what busts these little kids pipes and these millennials. And in my opinion, I think that I agree with you guys in an instance that yes, cutting is absolutely a thing, and it's absolutely a situation based on products of what they've seen and been through. But at the same time, I think they need to toughen up a little bit and walk in the footprints of their ancestors, and show a little bit of greatness.
I agree with you. He said, and don't nobody know nothing about no more than about a history of the ancestors that I do. I'm a part of the ADOS movement, so I definitely know of all those names you spoke of. But the difference is when Michael Jordan's conviction was different because people had told him he was not good enough. So he had something to prove. He was so driven. That coach that he had, was it high school or college when he was at North Carolina? I want to say college. Told him he would never make it to the NBA. Told him he wasn't good enough. So his drive and motivation was through the roof. He had that ancestry driven drive to, to shoot for the stars. Not saying that his son didn't, but I think the difference is when now in today's society, when he had his son, now that type of popularity, that type of drive, that type of motivation, that type of determination is not as much in the minds of their offsprings. And the pressures from that is the fact that he ain't his daddy. He's just not as good as his daddy is. And that's just what it is. Now, when I look at Michael and Janet, they damn near equal. Only difference, she a female and he a male to me. So that's the difference in that scenario, because Janet had just as much drive as Michael did, because the people kept telling her, you'll never be as good as Michael. And it's not that she even wanted to be. It's just the fact that she brought herself up on that pendulum to be just as great as her brother. It's just that she's a female and he's a male. So when it comes to the Willows, and when it comes to even Rod Stewart, he has a child that's in the industry. And because Rod Stewart was such a great singer, his son been trying to be on his level for over 10 years. You just not as good as your dad. And sometimes that's just what it is. The offsprings are not going to be as good as the parent, or sometimes the offspring be as good as the parent.
You're on mute, baby.
Don't worry, y'all can't hear me. JP, I know you have to bounce real quick, so let me go ahead and quickly shout you out. And we are running to like the 2-hour mark, so I will have to wrap it up. That's why I put the timer up there. Not for you, OG Patrice, but just for all of us. Go ahead, JP.
Hey, y'all. JP, the Aspiring Matriarch. You can check me out on the channel. All about community and thinking about the children and how we can leave a better legacy in uplifting your spirit. So I'll see y'all over there. I'm also on all of the social medias and redoing my Buy Me a Coffee. Keep your spirit up, and I'll see you in the streams. Deuces.
All right.
See you, sis. Salute.
Thank you for joining in, JP. Appreciate it. Okay, everyone. Go ahead, Mr. Best.
I'm gonna say this though, as well. I'm gonna say this though, you know what I mean. I'm sorry, OG, but Michael is Michael, OG.
That's
Michael
right.
is Michael. You know, I love
No, that's what I said. Right? No, I get it. No, I get it. No,
but I'm gonna say this, OG. I'm gonna say this. I was a Rhythm Nation kid though for Halloween one year. I was a Rhythm Nation kid. I had the Raiders capping up. Yeah.
But look, okay, look, I want to say this. Let me say this. Wait a minute, let me say this. If you look at that, okay, look, think about this. I get it. Michael was on a whole nother plateau. I'm not saying that Janet was on the same plateau, but I'm saying she was just as good. Because if you look at the screen video that they both did, their dancing style, everything, she was there right there with him. It's just that, yes, his music reached the masses as opposed to hers didn't. His music is all over the world renowned. That's the difference for me. But the dancing, to me, if you look at that screen, she right there with her brother. She hanging, in my humble opinion. And
she is, OG. Like I said, I was a Rhythm Nation kid. You know what I mean? Mr. He said broke down the Rhythm Nation real quick.
You didn't have the rhythm. You could.
Yo, don't hate.
But this is a question. Mr. He said. Mr. He. Mr. He said.
Yeah, sorry, Patrice. I have to wrap it up, right? Because I got to get ready for bed. But I want to shout everybody's YouTube channels out, or just if you guys want to shout out to whoever that you feel that you want to shout out to. But let's go ahead and get to the shout outs real quick. So let me go ahead and
hey, I can hold it down. I give him like about 10 more minutes if you want. I hold it down. I got him.
Okay. You guys want to stay a little bit longer?
Yeah, because I wanted everybody to answer this question because when I was talking about parents greater than the children greater than parents, we know for a fact that there are more parents that end up being greater than their children than the opposite.
All right, well then
Right?
I'm about to go ahead and hop out, but I just want to wish everybody like a good night. Mr.
Good
Best in the
night,
World, you
M3.
already know what to do. All right,
Good night,
everyone. All right,
M3.
All
Be
right, he
safe.
said.
Be safe in them streets,
Thank you
M3.
for having me. Peace and
Yeah,
three.
I'm gonna be, thank you so much, though. All right, everybody, man. Like take care, everyone. So, salute.
Have a good night.
Bro.
You too.
Get out of here.
See, that's just like they getting ready to do the life story about FloJo, right?
Oh,
Mhm.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
And Tiffany Haddish is up for playing FloJo. Now FloJo got a daughter. I know it. I know her daughter personally. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes the parents is greater than at what they do than the child.
I mean, are you saying that to
Bounty.
say that her daughter should have the part instead of
No, no, no.
Tiffany Haddish?
I'm saying that yes, I believe her daughter probably could have played the role had she went into the training to play her mother. I really believe she could have
Why?
did that part
Why do you say that?
because her mother and her father were in that arena and so was she. So if you're going to train Tiffany Haddish to do the part, why not train the daughter to do the part? You see what I'm saying?
Is she an actor?
Yeah, she's did some acting. She's an actor and she's a singer and she is into sports like her mom and her dad. You know, her dad was Jackie Joyner Kersey's brother.
Okay.
So you know they were track and field. So her mother and father were track and field. So she grew up in track and field. She also can sing and she did some acting. So my thing is, if it's in comparison to FloJo, if you got to train Tiffany, and no shade to Tiffany, I love her. I'm saying if you got to train Tiffany to play her, why you couldn't train her daughter to play her mother? That you see what I'm saying?
Did she want to do it?
I don't even know if it was ever an option. I haven't
Yeah.
even asked her, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know?
Yeah. Maybe she didn't want to. Maybe it was too close to her, you know? I don't know. So
I mean, from a theoretical standpoint, I absolutely get your logic, but from a logical standpoint, I don't know. We would have to look at it in totality. That's why I asked first about her credentials. So she obviously has the credentials. Now we would look at it from an economic standpoint. If I was a movie studio, is she going to grab as many dollars as Tiffany Haddish is going to?
And that could be maybe the way they looking at it because she's not in the spotlight like Tiffany Haddish is right now.
Right.
That could be very well it. I don't know
and
what the
we're never
reasoning
going to be
behind it.
able to look at it like them because they're, Hollywood
Exactly.
bigwigs, quote unquote.
Right. I don't know what all the dynamics of it was.
But
and maybe
yeah,
that's something I maybe can ask her. Did she ever want to think about what she would have wanted to play her mother? That's a good question. I
mean, and everything, and you got to look at it from a totality standpoint. And again, once we get past economically, we want to look to other aspects. Is she going to be a threat to the brand? Is she going to be a threat to, you have to look at it from so many different standpoints that we as normal people could never imagine. So, the total decision probably falls on a whole bunch of shit, which is popularity and fucking nepotism and a bunch of Hollywood shit. So, we never
I think it's probably more politics because she wouldn't be a threat to the brand because she's already in the industry. I think the same way Ice Cube's son played him. So to me, it wouldn't have been no difference. I think it probably is more politics. And Ice Cube had more control over that movie. You know what I mean? He had some control over what was the name of the movie where his son played him? The story of NWA.
NWA, yep. NWA.
Yeah, Straight Outta Compton. He had more creative control. So that might absolutely be an issue, the politics of that. Because I was like, damn, her daughter is in sports, her daughter is in acting, her daughter can sing her ass off. Like, why they didn't pick her daughter? And her daughter damn near looked just like her. I'm like, But then again, you're right. It could be the politics behind it. So yeah.
Yeah, just another, example of how they look for reasons to rule us out. Sometimes I kind of see people as pre-offended. They look for a reason to be offended or get upset or rule you out or say no, and it's just, that's humanity, and you gotta, roll with the punches.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's just um, when it comes to this entertainment industry, even with the John Cena and his former situation. Of course, we only hearing certain parts of each of their story. We don't really know the whole nuances of it, so we're kind of prejudging it off of only what we're seeing and hearing based off of the videos from both of them. So I'm pretty sure it's more to it, especially when it's Hollywood. And that's the part where in real life, I think we need to separate ourselves from, because their life is not our life. It's so different.
Absolutely.
I mean, we can do some comparisons, but like they are way on a whole nother spectrum of how they live their life versus being celebrities, aka Hollywood and all of that, as opposed to us everyday regular smegglers.
Absolutely.
Not
Absolutely.
regular, regular.
Regular smegglers. We regular
Regular.
smegglers. Regular
I don't
smegglers.
even need that's in the dictionary. Come on, OG. You got the
But
OG
yeah,
dictionary, Urban Dictionary.
and I
Smeggler.
think
Right.
that's why we speak to the situation. We really,
Yeah.
as a whole, don't speak to the people. And I come in so many forums where you may put up something like this, and the people's reaction is, "Oh, I don't know nothing about them. Or, I don't care nothing about them." And it's like that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the
Exactly.
meat that's on the bones, and real life situations for normal, quote unquote, people like me and you that are just trying to live this life that doesn't have instructions, doesn't have a playbook. And I think that's really what we need to get from it, is that we just really need to come from a level of honesty, and that we need each other, and that black women, we love y'all. We hope that you guys love us back, and that we can get
We
together
trying
and
to.
find a common ground to move forward, because us moving forward is absolutely a great thing. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen the
We
Jeffersons before, and Martin. I've seen it all. Cosby
yeah.
Show.
But we have to stop. We have to stop uh villainizing each other. I'm so sick of hearing this. Like, oh, why don't black women want to be with black men and do this? And I'm like, who are you dating? Who are you looking at?
And
Who
that's
are
not
you
my
going
real
after?
life, y'all. That's
Like,
so not.
I'm
When I
just
step
like,
outside these
yeah,
YouTube
I'm
streets,
just
that
like,
I
I'm
don't
just
live
like,
like that. Like I
I'm
don't
just
see
like,
that.
oh, okay. So I said, well, the type of woman you're looking for is the type of woman you're drawing to you. So what are you drawing to yourself? What energy are you putting out there? If you putting out that thought detector and that pole detector, that's what you're going to get. That you're going to get that if that's what you want. So if you got the regular chick, average chick, she not gonna feel like she can compete with the um with the size U-Haul booty and the lashes that can brace that can, you know what I mean? Like you looking
Talk
like a
about it,
balloon
sis.
booty, you know what I mean? You look like balloon. You look like a blow up doll. Like so if you the average chick, you're not going I said, why would an average chick walk up to you and even try to approach you when she see you with da 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 da? You know what I mean? Like she gonna say that's what you want. So she gonna keep it pushing. They're there. It's what you're looking for. Well, that's what I want. So why you keep dating the thoughts? Because that's not what you want. You want to have fun. You don't want to get married. Say that. Oh well, I want to get no, you don't. Because if you want to get married, you would stop picking the hoes and the thoughts that are just fun girls. You want to have fun. You are too old for this. Grow the hell up. How if you come on, especially in your 40s. You got to get it together. You's pathetic.
Let me
That's just and then you want you're on a stream with you're hanging out with the teenagers. You hanging out with 23-year-olds and you 40-something and you want to get married.
That's just like that 40, 50-year-old man still in the club going after the 20-something year old.
Come on, what's up, girl? Ain't nothing's up, Grandpa.
You know, they're gonna say stranger danger. That's what they're gonna say.
Oh man. They
You
be
know
like, oh, you remind me of my daddy or my granddaddy.
Yeah, but that's what it is. So it's like I hate the fact that we just and so I'm arguing. I'm like, why the hell am I going back and forth with you? You're not a woman. And then they're gonna make, someone is a comment like, oh, I want to come to that fairy tale town you live in. What are you talking about? I work with transitional age youth. I see the trauma. So if you don't deal with it, guess what? They grow up and they look at these women, these fake women who are getting all these surgeries, and that's all they think that they can do to compete. So everybody want to look alike. I don't want to live in what is it called? Clone City. I don't want to do that. I'm an individual. Yes, do I need to improve some things about myself? Yes, but there are also things that I love and I embrace about myself. And if you don't like it, damn it, go down the street. You ain't got to like it. Like I watched I forgot where I was recently, and there was I saw some young kids. They looked like they were in their teens, and there was a group of girls, and they look awkward, like they looked like they were still trying to figure out their style, their whatever. And they weren't the skinniest. They were cute young ladies. And there was a group of dudes, and they was like making fun of them and saying stuff. And I said, and so I rolled down the window as I was driving. I said, why the hell you saying something to them? You don't like what they look like? Then walk the fuck on. Why you saying something to them? You ain't got to say nothing to them. You ain't got to put them down because they not what you think they should be. What the hell you looking at them for? Oh, because you probably can't get the girls you want. So now you're going to attack the ones that will even look at you and give you a chance. And they was like, what? I said, you heard me.
Don't be rolling down your window saying nothing to nobody. You keep
heard
on
me.
driving.
Leave them.
Move on. Leave them alone.
Leave them young kids alone.
They ain't doing nothing to you.
They just my girlfriend came into town Friday because she touring for her comedy, and she came into Arizona, and I went to support her, and so we gonna hang out afterwards. So I'm new, here. So I'm like, they told me somewhere to go. I was like, okay, check it. We'll go have a couple of drinks, laugh and talk, whatever. Go get something to eat, and then I'll retire, right? So we walk in this place, and I felt like I was in a twilight zone of when I was in my 20s and 30s, which is my son age. And I'm like, I am not trying to party with my son, my people, my son. I'm not going to be in here fronting like I was like, let's go. This not my thing. So we just went to get something to eat, and then I came home. I'm like, I am not finna even be up in here fronting like I'm down with this cause, because I'm not.
And that that speaks to the quality of you as a person, and that's what's lacking today is the quality of people, celebrity or otherwise, is just not the best right now. And it's really hard to maneuver and navigate to find somebody to walk through life with, but that's when it puts the onus on you. Your judge of character, your radar, all of those things got to be up extra hard, because a lot of representatives are out. People are presenting themselves in one way and, not turning out to be as they present themselves. And I think that's where, those quality conversations, those probing questions, those follow-up questions. And I mean, the ones that, you ladies really want to know, like, where are you at as in your character? Where are you at as a person, as a human, is going to determine, if you're a husband or not. Because in my opinion, I think we're either wife material or not, or husband material or not. And a lot of people cannot swallow that pill.
No, they can't.
But, when we meet you, we put you in a category, just like you guys, So
exactly.
I wanted to say this.
Queen, let me say this. Let me say this, Queen. Hold on.
I guess
real quick. I
84,
think Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. I think that like we were speaking, we were having a conversation about people not wanting to have those conversations, like you were saying, Mr. He said, and I think people sometimes are so arrogant. They're so arrogant that they just don't want to have basic, normal conversation. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, maybe I should be arrogant. It should be me. Like, I'm a New Yorker. I done been from Fifth Ave. I done seen this celebrity, that celebrity. I done lived in these
Yeah,
parts of
God knows you
California.
New Yorkers are so arrogant.
Nah, no, we not.
I'm
No, I
just
said me.
joking.
We
No, no.
apologize. We so
I
sorry.
know, I know, I know,
You
I
outnumbered
know.
on this
No, but
stream,
but
OG.
listen, listen. Let's. I'm trying to make my point. But I've also been in dirty project hallways, and there's pee in the elevator, and all types of stuff going down. You know what I'm saying? It can be rough and tough. So I've seen both sides of the spectrum. I done slept in beautiful beds, and I slept on people's floors. I've seen both sides of it. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, by me seeing both sides of it, you know what I mean? I think, and Kit, we're gonna get to your question. Shout out to you. I'm glad that you're here. Good to see you. I think, the thing is that because I've experienced so much, it has humbled me to be able to say, you know what, I'm willing to have those conversations because I want to hear perspective. I want to share perspective because I don't know everything, right? And maybe somebody can teach me something. And life has taught me going through all these different things that I can always be taught something. You know what I mean? Or I can always find something, that's gonna, make me laugh or bring positivity and love into my life. You know what I mean? Or I can get warnings to not be in certain spaces or places or around certain people. So, you know what I mean? We need to have those conversations so we can see that. And we have to be willing to learn. You know what I mean? Always be willing to learn because you never know what life can give you. And it'll always be to your benefit if you come in with humility, love, and just an open mind, open heart. You know what I'm saying? Also I wanted to say like, I think that when it comes to just, the integrity of people, you know what I'm saying? I think it has a lot to do with just because we live in a society that we're told that to be capitalist, right? We're told capitalism was going to make you successful. Get the bag, get the bag, get the bag, get the bag. But in getting the bag, am I working on my character? Am I dealing with my traumas? You know what I mean? Am I dealing with my heart? Because you can get the bag, but guess what? If you haven't dealt with those other issues, it's going to affect your bag. Trust me, I know this. You know what I mean? I know this verbatim. You know what I mean? I've had a lot of success, and I've had times where those because I haven't dealt with certain issues, it has affected my success. You know what I mean? I'm even living with something like that right now. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, handle your traumas, handle your character, because that's going to affect the success around you. Queen, go ahead and make your point. And then, Kid, I'm going to shout out to you. I'm going to definitely put this question up there. You know what I mean? So yes.
Well, I was gonna say is that you know, what I think what drew me to my husband was we were kind of courting and getting to know each other. And I never forget his mom was in the hospital and we were like way on the other side of town, Brooklyn. And I was visiting because I live in the West Coast now. I'm from New York. I'm from Queens, Jamaica, Queens. Shout out.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Queens
that's
get the
right.
money. Queens get
That's
the
right.
money.
Dollar bill, y'all. Don't play me. Anyway, so and we took like 2 buses. We walked a few blocks and I watched him go. He went in there and then he came out. He was like, I'll be right back. And I was sitting downstairs and he went and got her what she wanted. Like she wanted some food from her favorite restaurant. He went and got it. And then he went back upstairs. He was up there, I don't know how long, but I was like, wow, like he came all the way over here. It's like blazing hot out here. And he did all this because his mother called him and said, you know, son, I can have solid food or whatever she said. I want this food. And he was like, all right, I'll be there. And he just did it. I watched his love for his grandmother. I watched his love for his cousins, his younger cousins. And I was like, wow, that's a real. And then what blew me away too is, if you know anything about the subway system, you know that when the subways are outside up those stairs, It's like 6, 7 flights, it feels like almost. I watch us, we walked up 5 flights of stairs to get to the top. As we're sitting on the whatever, waiting for the train. There was a mom with a big old stroller, and she had a baby holding a baby's hand, and she had a big old stroller with another baby in the stroller. And he was like, "Give me 1 second." He went over, he said whatever he said to her, he grabbed that stroller and he walked her all the way down that platform. And I was like, that's my husband. I didn't tell him that, but I was like, I'm getting him. I'm gonna get him. That's it. So, it's also what you see. I think people are such in a rush. They don't know each other. They're not friends. They don't, like we were friends. Like he knew me over the phone when I had an attitude. Like he knew when I was lying. He knew everything about me, and we were friends, and we built it on a friendship. So, yeah, I think also that, because I hear too many women
That's
in the
dope.
YouTube streets talk about,
Salute to y'all.
oh, he got to have money. He got to have that bag. What he bringing to the table? How much is his bank account? And I'm like, if that's all that matters, that's part of it, yes. But that's not all of it. If that's all it is to you, that's all you're going to get from it. And money don't make you happy. I mean, it may give you some joys, but true happiness does not come from that. It doesn't. And can't
Just
nobody
ask,
tell me
just ask
anything
all the
different.
celebrities that's miserable with a
Hello. No,
whole
but
lot of money.
oh gee, no. But a lot of people believe the hype. They really believe that, well, one is because they don't have the money and they think that money's gonna solve their problems. But it's really not. It's really not.
Sometimes it makes it worse, honestly.
Hello.
Queen,
Because then
I'm gonna
you
tell
can't
y'all
trust
this funny
people.
story about a situation because I was talking about not partying with my son. So my son, before, this was before I moved to Vegas, and my son, he had to be celebrating like his 30th birthday party because it was a year pinnacle, year for him. And he had a big party out in the suburbs of Chicago. And I was on my way to my girlfriend's party, which was out that way. I said, well, let me stop and I'm going to drop off my son's birthday party and birthday gift, and I'm going to keep going at his party, right? So I walk in and get in there, and this is a funny story that reminded me when I said I promised my son that night I would never party with people that's his age. So I'm there, dropping off his gift and everything. So I'm just standing around, and I see this big old VIP table and everything set up, and I was like, "Who is these people over here?" Because it was a guy over there. He was having a birthday party. He was an older guy around nothing but a lot of young guys and young women, had one woman on each arm and all of that. And my son was like, I don't know, some guy, I guess my son thought he was had all them ladies type of man. And so in walks this celebrity, and I knew who he was instantly, even though he had a hoodie over his head. And my son was like, Mom, that's Dwayne Wade's father. Dwayne Wade walked in. If this was just before he was getting drafted to go play for Miami, I want to say. Did he play with Miami first?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
Listen, it was Dwayne Wade's dad. He was having a birthday party at the same club my son was having his birthday party. Now, Dwayne daddy is my age. He was sitting up there partying and dancing, and what all of them was my son age. So Dwayne Wade walks in the door and he hollers at his dad for a minute, but he didn't stay either. You could tell he was doing the same thing I was doing, just coming through to show support, maybe drop off a gift or something. Baby Dwayne daddy was in there partying and dancing. You could have sworn he was in his 20s or 30s. So that just reminded me of that. And I was like, okay, I know it's time for me to go, son, because I ain't finna be him right there, like partying. And I left. But that's the celebrity story I want to, and that was the first and only time that I saw Dwayne Wade in person. That's first. It was just a funny story. I'll never forget it, but it was too funny.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Colin Mitchell, and then I'm gonna get to Kit's question. So Kit has a question for us, and yeah, she said, "What if he's helping material, but he's gonna make your thinky thing tingle up my spine? Then what?" Okay.
There she
Um.
go. That's that tingle. It's always that tingle. Can the tingle be acquired? Here's what I would say to her. I didn't like Guinness Stout when I first tasted it, baby girl. It was disgusting. Tastes like tree bark. But now I love Guinness Stout. It's actually a craving at sometimes. So my question to you would be, can the tingle be acquired? Can you tell him what to do? Can you instruct? Can you teach? Can you know, coexist and get him there? Or is he just a no-go? Because if he's just a no-go, then we having a whole nother conversation. What do you ladies think?
I would say to that question, yeah, that's is he teachable? Is he's willing to listen to what your needs are, to what pleases you as a woman? That's what I would say, because some men, there are different kind of men, right? There are men that are just natural good lovers. You don't have to tell them what to do. Some men just know what to do. There are men that is teachable, that it's okay. You can see they have potential and they're teachable if they're willing to listen at what the woman wants to please her. And these words are vice versa too, guys. And then there's the one that just don't give a damn. They don't care if you don't get pleased. They don't care if you get satisfied. They don't care about you listening to you saying what your needs are. Which one of those three guys is that guy? Because if you got the guy that is automatic, that's no problem. He's an automatic. You don't have to tell him what to do. He knows what to do. Do you have the guy that is potential and he's willing to listen to satisfy you? Or do you have the guy that just don't give a damn? He just want to wham bam, thank you, ma'am, as they say, and don't care. So sounds like he's the latter two out of the three. If he's the teachable, hang in there with him. If he's a good guy, if he's a good man, have the conversation. And this is what I think that a lot of women sometimes fall short is, and you hear them talking to their girlfriends about, girl, he ain't please me. He don't know what to, you would talk to your girlfriend, but you won't talk to that man. So if you want that man to get to that level, have the conversation with that man and say, if he's willing to listen, this is what I like. This is what pleases me. This is what satisfies me. This is just a grown conversation that a man and a woman need to have. But if you got that other one that just ain't about it and ain't trying to hear or listen or conversate, then now you got a whole nother problem. Because that's a problem I'll just get rid of altogether. Because you're selfish. You only thinking of self. So so it's only three men that are like that, period. And women got to know which one type of man they have when it comes to that.
I agree with he said and OG Patrice.
Yeah,
and I also want to
I'll just
say,
say,
stop telling your girlfriends what's going on in your bedroom, because they be the first one trying to take the man from you. Girl, you
That
don't
part.
need to move on because they be hating. So stop telling your business, okay? Stop telling all your business, okay? That's all I'm going to say. I don't tell
Okay.
my married business to my single friends because
I'll be
they
telling my married
not
business really
there.
nobody. Honestly.
I tell
Oh,
my married business to my married friends who have been in the struggle, been on the battlegrounds for 10 plus years. I don't talk to the ones who just got married because they don't know what I'm talking about. They still in that fake la la land. And when they wake up, then they can come talk to me. But I talk to the people 20 years, 3 kids, and they real. That's it. And I love the intellectual soapbox. How you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Colin Mitchell, come up, and I love you too, Colin. Come on up.
I would definitely say have the conversation if your mother is still alive or your auntie that are OGs, that are older women that's mature and experienced in that department. If you feel like you just need to have a conversation with somebody because they have no vested interest in wanting your man or anything like that, that you would just would have to have that conversation with them, woman to woman. But women get on the phone. I've seen it done. They have conversations about their man with their girlfriends, and that's not always the best policy to follow. I would say mother conversation, auntie, godmother, somebody that's older and experienced and more mature. I had a godmother that she was my OG that I could go to about female stuff sometime when I couldn't go to my mother or whatever. So and you don't always know everything about a man when you are a young woman. You think you do, but you don't. You learn these things as you get older and mature and have experience. And my godmother was the one that told me about the 3 different kinds of men, and she was 100% spot on. There's the one that's going to be the automatic good lover. You ain't got to tell him nothing. He's going to automatically know what to do. You're going to be the one that's, okay, hit or miss, but he's showing potential. I like him, but he ain't quite there yet. So then I got to have the conversation. And then you're going to have the man that just ain't trying to hear it. He the man that don't care about satisfying you and pleasing you and your needs. So that's the one that got to go. He got to go.
Oh, so Auntie, I need your number so I can call you too.
What you got, Mr. Best? What you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this real quick on the subject. I think that sometimes it has to be explored 2 ways. Yes, sometimes the man is doing something wrong, right? Sometimes he ain't doing what we got to do, whatever. But sometimes, sisters, it could be you.
Oh, I just said it go both ways now. Though I ain't being one side. I just said go both ways.
No, I know you did, honestly. I know you did. But as I'm saying, sometimes it could be that too. So it's twofold. Like as we're saying, it's twofold. But I think also, as Queen was saying, you can't be having everybody up in your business, man. You just can't. You know what I'm saying? One of my mentors, he's been married for almost 30 years, and his big thing is I can count the times that I've seen him post stuff about him and his significant other. I can count the times that I've seen them with pictures with them like together. I can count the times, and they have so much peace in their marriage, man.
Yes,
it's unbelievable the peace they have because they have the understanding. Now, if you have an understanding of both of you want to be on camera and y'all love it and y'all in the spotlight and y'all doing it and y'all rocking it, no problem. You know what I mean? If that's what you want. But in the same instance, if that's not, in the same instance, it's always best to keep certain things, private. You know what I mean? Because those things are certain things that you may not want to share. You know what I'm saying? So it's you, and you, at the end of the day, you gotta do what's comfortable for you and your partner. You know what I'm saying? That's what it really boils down to, honestly.
I could get a little more grown up for you, bro. Let's go deeper. It's 12:30. She could get a vibrator. She said he hitting everywhere else. He's a great guy. He just don't give her that tingle. So here's what you do: you put it down, you put him to sleep, and then you go. Get your shit right, because he got to go to work tomorrow. That's the realistic part of relationships that people don't want to see. Do y'all ladies really think that y'all are always ready and available for us when we got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go and we want to get one off right before we leave?
Nope.
No, y'all are in the bed on y'all stomach, knocked out, and we like, shit. So we go downstairs, we do a little porn, we rub one out, we go to fucking work because we don't want to intrude. Sometimes you have to think about that other person. You're in a relationship with another person. She might be on her time. It's not always like, let's be realistic. So, when I got a little bit of
that intrusion could be the spice.
There you go. So, however we get in, when we fit in, you absolutely right. But see, you are outside the box thinker. A lot of women are not you.
Hey, look, you got to do what's best for your relationship, and that's when you talk. You talk about it. You communicate. Once you married,
I agree.
Nothing off the table. We seen each other in our rare form. Good, bad, and ugly.
That's why I said you got to have the conversation. You got to have the conversation.
You got to have the conversation. You got to talk about it. You know. You gotta be willing to, go there and just say, hey, this is what I need, or hey, I don't like it when you do this. Hey, just communicate. You gotta communicate.
I got a question. I got a question for Mr. Hisa. I got a question.
Sure,
Because
sir.
you've been doing this for a while, man. You've been doing it for a while, and you know what I'm saying. Like you have an understanding. So okay, because when you was in the game, that happy wife, happy life thing really wasn't a thing. It was different, right? Now, what do you think all that comes from? Do you think do you think brothers are afraid? I know brothers, they can't even go to the store. They can't even go to the store without telling their wife. Like they can't go nowhere. Like, where did this come from? Like, I'm not used to seeing this. I had a grandfather where sometimes he would be gone for maybe weeks at a time, and then he would come home and it would be nothing. He would go to North Carolina or whatever. He would do his thing, and he would come back. All the bills was taken care of. Everything was taken care of. So I don't understand where men and women they just it's like they are slaves to each other. You know what I mean? Like I see it with the women too. Like it's kind of crazy and bizarre to me. So where all this stuff comes from? Because it's weird to me.
I mean, in my opinion, and that's all I can speak from. It's Westernized society and how we've evolved, whether it's, television and entertainment, relationships based on experience or environment, but we have a play. It's written out in our heads. It's a script. And if someone deviates from the script, there is a problem. In my opinion, I think for the girls, it's a Disney script. And for us, it's more of a Sex in the City type of thing. We want to be Mr. Big. We always want to come in and swoop in to save the day. And we absolutely want to do it when we want to do it. Whenever you got a man, whenever you're at your lowest, whenever you're vulnerable, here we come. But we always want to have that Pandora's box open. But when I say it's Westernized society, I think we have a, picket fence, one guy, one girl, you meet, you fall in love, you have kids, you get a house. And I think if you deviate from that, if you veer off and talk about having multiple husbands or multiple wives or a blended family, now it starts to get really different. And I think it's because society has depicted it like that. If we just came up on society, like you talked about your OG that was before you, they did way more with way less. They didn't have a lot of education. They didn't have high level jobs, and they still was able to have people on other sides of towns and leave their offspring's houses and finances. And now we have PhDs and college degrees and good ass jobs, and we ain't even got families. We ain't leaving nobody nothing. Your emergency contact is probably your son or your mother, which is hard because you're going to have an 80-year-old woman go across town or to another state to make sure you had on clean drawers when you got hit by a car. Or your son can't marry a woman in Africa because he got to worry about his mama back in the state, because we know he wasn't worried his raised by his daddy because the percentages show the numbers. So again, it's all about Western society and looking at your family and your fucking individual walk and knowing that you walk in the footsteps of your ancestors. You need to do more with less. You need to know that marriage is not about happiness. A lot of people say happiness in this forum tonight, and it's not about that. Hate to break it to y'all. That shit is about duty, responsibility, and honor. Your happiness is your responsibility. If we are two individually happy people, when we come together, we will be immensely happy, and people will notice it to see that we are happy as a couple because we were two happy individuals when we came together. So work on your own accountability, self-reflection, your own happiness, be the most awesome person you could be, so that when the person do think about cheating on you, they could be like, shit, well, I'm cheating on an awesome motherfucker, so maybe I don't want to do that, which leaves the responsibility back on you. So stop blaming everybody, take some responsibility, take some accountability, and be a good fucking human.
That's facts. I believe you're right. It is Westernized because I come up in the time where, that tradition, nuclear family was how I was raised. And now I'm older now, so I'm damn shit in the show, not getting ready to try nothing different. But I don't knock nobody that do. I just say do your research on things, do your homework, because that type of lifestyle, and I talked about this before, was more of a culture from our African sisters and brothers. It was in their culture to do it. And it was different things, that different nuances that made that situation applicable for their culture. And now we're bringing it over here, and our race of people is starting to exercise that lifestyle. So I just say, to each his own, do your research, knock yourself out, whatever floats your boat. I don't judge nobody. But when it comes to like what you said, he said, one thing I agree on, our ancestors did more with less economically. We got more and we need to do less because we're doing too much, because we spending too much money in all the wrong places when it comes to economics. Like, we got way more than our ancestors had. Then they did more with less. We got more and need to do less because we spending money that we shouldn't spend. When you looking at the black culture, I just was on another panel where they said we are 1.6, I think it was 1.6 trillion dollars of in the black culture when it comes to economics. But we are spending it wrong because, number one, we're not financially literate. Number two, we spend it everywhere but where we should, when we need to become more financial literacy and learn more about crypto, learn more about Bitcoin, learn more about stocks and bonds, learn more to get us that generational wealth that we continuously talk about. But we try to live vicariously through celebrities because we see them with bling on. When we get a bag, we want to bling. When we see them riding in this type of car, we want that. Try to, like, that's like not realistic. And even with the finances that we have, we still flashing. Just look at some of the stupid shit they did with the PPP loan money. Like we're so messed up when it comes to that, and we got it. Statistically, it shows we got it. Like, even black women that spends $7 million in the hair care and beauty industry, but they spending it with people that don't look like them. So our money in our neighborhoods don't circulate like it do in other races. So that's the part where we are psychologically conditioned. We need to get that part of it, because we got black women. Like, I got nieces that are in health, in the hair care business, the beauty product, the makeup, the nails. These are black people that got online businesses, and they some of them successful, but some of them struggle a lot because you can't even get black women to go online and order their products. They rather go to the beauty supply store where, somebody that don't look like them and spend money with them. You know what I'm saying? And they give nothing back to that community. But this is what we do. That's because we don't have the financial literacy, and we need it so bad because we got the money. We just don't spend it in the right places. Same thing politically. When I watch all the other racial cultures, they purchase their politicians to get their policies passed, to get their bills passed. And the perfect example is those communities that got those bills passed, those race of people that got those. That's because they bought politicians. We don't do that. We just go with the dangling carrot and the shiny object. That's what we do. And let somebody talk to us charismatically and say some rhyming words and tell us if we don't vote for them, we ain't black, and all that old shit. And chucks and pearls. See, we fall into that. That's our problem. So I agree with you on that when you say that part. And that's the conditioning that we have.
But I think also when you
Hold on, Queen.
think about,
Hold on, Queen.
okay,
Shout out to the homie, Victor Freeze Music. Vic, what up, Vic? Go ahead, Queen.
no, I was gonna say it's also too, when you talk about the different lifestyles, you have to be careful because not a lot of people are on the same wavelength as those lifestyles. Like, you got to vet and choose your mate wisely, or your mates, because not everybody can handle things. I say everybody's a candle and everybody got a wick, but everybody's wick is not as long as it appears. It may be real
Facts.
short.
Facts.
And
Mm.
when snap, crackle, and pop hit, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Think about, I mean, look at society. Look at what's going on. You got men who can't even get told no. They wait outside the club and shoot the girl, porn, stalkers, people not rap tight, and you got to make sure that when you want to introduce a whole different gamut of things that could pop off real crazy, you got to be prepared for that. And I don't think a lot of people think about that. They think it's all fun and games until somebody get hurt, until somebody want that spot, and they don't want the other two chicks on the side sharing it. They find you. I mean, they showed the video of a young girl showed up to people, young kids, I don't know how old they were, standing outside like on the sidewalk just chilling. She rolled up in the Jeep, walked up to the chick and deleted her, got back in her Jeep and drove off.
Was that in New York?
I don't know where it was, but it was crazy. Blew a hole in the girl.
I saw that they was going together and they had broke up. She had broke up with her. I saw that. I think that was New York City.
I believe it was. I think it was the Bronx specifically. But yeah, I mean, you guys are absolutely right. I think each and every one of you spoke to a level of truth that is necessary. And in these days and times, getting to know somebody is just not enough, because again, someone can be presenting themselves as a representative. So you have to take the onus and raise that radar, judge that level of character, and try to be as wise in your decisions, because the person that you want to choose to walk through life with is going to be one of the most important decisions that you make. So I absolutely agree.
I'll be your best FBI agent.
But what I would say about the multiple relationships, I think it's again the westernized society perspective from it. I think it's more about community building and having a household. Because ladies, we have two ladies on the panel. If I presented a hypothetical to you where there was an amazing family, I mean amazing, and they approached you and said, "We want you to be a part of our family," what would you ladies say?
No, thank you.
And why would you say no, thank you?
Because I couldn't see myself sharing myself with anyone else besides the man I said I do to at the altar. Nothing wrong with what you do, but that's a no-go for me.
Understandable. I don't do that. Understandable. I'm married and monogamous. But the only point I'm trying to make is most of the women that I ask answer just like you. They say no, because I don't want me. And it's like, you're not even thinking about, you're a single mom. You could be providing a stable household with not only 2, but 3 incomes, a stable family situation with nothing but nurture and love from 2 women and leadership and, all of the things that a man provides to a household. But again, a lot of people will initially say no because of what they feel and how they want and what they want. And I think it's very selfish when, especially coming from a female that is willing to hold another baby in their womb for a woman as a surrogate. But if I put the baby in the woman unbeknownst to the woman, then it's a problem. It's just westernized society kind of grays the lines, and it makes it really intricate when it comes to relationships, when I think it's about love, community building, respect, leadership, and a lot of other things it provides versus, who you sleeping with and who house you staying at on Mondays and Thursdays and who's getting the check and all of the minute things that westernized people go to.
Well, let me answer because I'm sorry. My answer will be, of course, I wasn't raised that way. And that's also not how.
Patrice, hold on one second, OG. I'm sorry. I just want to shout somebody out. Shout out to Issa Hopeful. Brother Issa,
Oh,
what's going
whoa.
on? Good to see you.
Esau. Yeah, and culturally, that's
That-
not how I was raised, right?
Did you
Like
hear
that's
what he?
not
Did you see what he wrote?
yeah, right. He said
marriage
marriage
He
is
said
for poor
marriage is for
people.
poor people.
and culturally, that's not how I was raised in that culture. Like I said, I know the study of the history of polygamous when it comes to our people, and even though our African brothers and sisters, that's like I said, that was embedded in their culture. That was a part of their culture. It's not a part of Westernized culture, and we all were Westernized being over here in the America, right? So, and also I also speak from my own personal experience of seeing what it looked like for a lot of friends that I've had in and out of show business. And none of the experiences has been good ones. So I'm kind of biased to that. You know what I mean? I will be honest, like, and that is definitely, especially, I mean, I'm older and settled. So especially for me, it's like, you know, listen, I've seen the experience of it, on both sides of the spectrum when it comes to just my regular friends that ain't in show business and my friends that are and that live that lifestyle. And I have never seen nothing but disaster when it comes to those type of relationships and marriages. So for me, it's definitely, I'm looking at it on that spectrum, and I'm looking at it on, I wasn't raised that way traditionally or culturally. So that would definitely be a no for me as well.
I was gonna
We got
say
to
it
hold on,
doesn't.
Queen. Hold on. We got to
Go
welcome
ahead.
to the panel, Brother Issa Hopeful, and hold on, Queen. We gonna
Appreciate
we gonna
that,
get
Go
you
yo.
in a
ahead.
second. What's going on, bro? Talk to us, and then after that, I'm gonna get the Queen.
Ain't too much, ain't too much. I was gonna let the queen go first, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, go ahead, Queen. We
I
listening.
was gonna say I think it's also you can still build community and support without it being that. It doesn't. I'm not against community and support. I've been a broke college student in a family who were well off was like, hey, we'll help you pay for college, be our nanny, come, we got a bedroom in the back, a little studio, you can have that, you can have the car. So I think I don't believe that I need to be with a blended family to have community. And that's me personally.
I
Like I
agree.
said, I believe that whatever you want to do, that's on you, but individually, um, I, and also I know me and I'm a snap, crackle and pop. And I know my fuse and it wouldn't work. It wouldn't be a good situation. I have a bad day, all hell would break loose. So I wouldn't even put myself even in that situation. and I know my husband, and what you good? So yeah, no, nope, that ain't happening. But if you want to do that, I wish you the best. But I also believe in community and supporting each other. We had a young man who stayed with us for a while, and he needed a place to live. We had an extra bedroom. Boom, there you go. And I've had single moms stay with me as a college student because I had a big apartment. Hey, you a single mom? You take my bedroom. I'll sleep in the living room till you and your girls get on your feet. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
That's what's up, yo. I think that's really dope. Like having that sense of community, having that where you can have people you can, what I'm saying, rely on, and people can rely on you. That's what we're missing, I think, a lot. And that's pretty much what marriage is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a merger of your families. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't be like nowadays. It's just y'all two, and whatever y'all do with whatever kids y'all have, that's the only family y'all know. And there's no extended family. There's no, you know what I mean? Like we're missing cookouts and everything because of COVID. All kind of stuff that we're missing as a culture. I think due to the pandemic, and we're gonna have to figure out a way to get back to it. Um, because that's what I think they're trying to have us do is lose it, lose that sense of family. You know what I mean?
I agree. I mean, and I think it's even deeper because
I'm not just speaking from a one-sided perspective, ladies. It's been times on our platform where the question came, would I share my wife with another man? And my answer was ultimately yes. If he shared the same desire, the same nurture, the same security, the same love, just coming from the same organic place that is coming from me for her, absolutely I would welcome him into my circle. Not saying that I'm going to sleep with him or it's going to be again. I wasn't saying that, westernized society has introduced this to us. I was saying we concentrate on the minute aspects of it. Being from westernized society, what house you staying at, who you sleeping with, what day you sleeping with them, those things. But I do absolutely understand that this is ancestral and comes from completely a different time and other people as well. But I say all of that to say it's absolutely something that I feel is not just as simple as we all blend in our family and we coming together. I think that in totality, any store I ever walked in on, if I seen a 50% sticker, I was intrigued. That played a big decision on why I got married. I don't want to pay 100% for life. When you get 65 to 85, it costs $2 million to live. Expenses go up. You need medicine. You can't drive yourself around no more. It's a lot of realistic things, and I'm a very realistic thinker. So to have 50% off of that just by being able to coexist with somebody and finding somebody to love and walk through life with, yeah, I'm all for that versus paying 100%. Now, if we can bring somebody additional and I'm paying 25%, just economically it's starting to make sense. And again, I am completely monogamous. Been with my wife for 26 years. We've been married for 17 of them. So this is not something I ascribe to, but being a realistic thinker, I just know that this is something that exists. And if all else fail, it's absolutely something I would consider because I'm more of a team player than thinking about me and what I want and what I was brought up with and what I saw. I'm more about let's win. And if I got to take one for the team in order to win the championship, I'm going to do that. But that's a sports mentality.
Mr. He said.
People can't to that. Yes.
Did you ever see the movie Indecent Proposal?
Yes, many times.
Okay, you remember that scenario, right? What happened when the rich man made them an offer they couldn't refuse?
I do remember.
And remember the discussion that they had. You sure you want me to do it? Yeah, you want to do it? Yeah, I want to. You do it. I mean, I'll do it if you want me to do. That whole discussion, and then they made that decision to do it.
Right.
And we remember what the end result of that. Now, I'm not saying that's always the scenario.
Hold on. You mean the end result when she went to be his girlfriend, or the end result when she came back to Woody Harrelson?
That's but yes, I'm getting ready to say not the ultimate end result, but the end result after the incident, after the seduction happened, and how she fell and had to be swooned back, and what he went through, to fight to get her back, and the whole thing, right? That's not always the happy ending where the couple end up back together. I know a couple right now that started out like that. It was a guy and a girl. They brought another girl into the picture, and now the two girls are together, and they don't even want the guy anymore. So you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, I want the research to be done. I want the conversation, because feelings, emotions, we could say we gonna do this as a blended family and we gonna make it work, and 3 incomes is better than 2 and all. And then people's emotions and feelings get involved when they think they can handle something, and sometimes they can't. And now the two women want to be together. Now, this girl was never a lesbian. Never a lesbian before they encountered another woman into the relationship. And the woman and the man have a son. Now this woman want to take her son from the man and run off with the woman. Because neither one of them want the man anymore. So when I say these things, and I say these things to say, just do your research and realize it's not sometimes as easy as we think it is, because we say, three heads is better than two, and that type of situation, because they went in it with that same scenario.
Right.
Sometimes people emotions and feelings can't handle what they think they can handle sometimes.
Yeah,
Let me say
that
this,
even
family.
happens in
Let me say this,
monogamous
family.
relationships.
Let me say this, family. Let me say this. And I'm gonna let you go after this, brother Issa. Um, I think that I'll say this. I think that from my standpoint, of course, yes, you want to be. I want to be just loved by one person, right? I think everybody wants that feeling because it feels great. You know what I mean? To be loved by one person, you have that love, and it's like, yo, we got it. Like, this is my girl, I'm her guy. You know what I mean? You start singing love songs and all that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Now, from a financial standpoint, yes, it can make sense, right? Two incomes is better than, I mean, three. The more incomes you can have is better. You know what I'm saying? The more money, the more better. You know what I'm saying? And all this stuff. So that does make sense. But I think there's other rules that goes beyond the money and what OG Patrice is talking about. Like, there's rules of engagement that the countries that do practice that, they have rules of engagement. That here in America, we just don't have that. You know what I mean? A lot of times we getting together in America for some freak stuff, and then when it go bad, we are disappointed. But as a man, speaking from a man's perspective, you know what I mean? And most men feel this way. If a man can sleep with multiple women at a time, he would. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have all these celebrity men out here, and they just going through women, because that's men's nature. You know what I mean? That's our nature. We're made to populate the world. You know what I mean? We're made to be with more than one woman. That's what we're made to really be, honestly. But in Western culture, we've adopted certain philosophies that make us move in a certain retrospect. You know what I'm saying? And some of those things that we've adopted, you know what I'm saying, are helpful, and some of those things are harmful. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you gotta do what works for you. You have to do what works for you. And you gotta do what's gonna make you and your partner happy. You know what I'm saying? And making sure that y'all are both on the same page. And if you do that, you're good to go. You know what I mean? Honestly. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, nah, just to piggyback off of that, you know what I'm saying? No matter what you do, however you try and however long she chooses to love you is not your decision. That's up to her. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can love her forever, but if you lose that, if you fall out of love, then it's harder to come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, so whether it's two girls, three girls, you know what I'm saying? It can happen either way. Like you said, the two girls running off together. Yeah, I mean, if you only have one girl and she runs off, you still at the same position. You still back at square one. You know what I'm saying? So, you can't think like, oh, what if they run off together? That's,
Here-
what if she
Here's what
leave?
they
No,
and
I didn't say to think like run off together. I know things just happen, but
here
they were
they
supposed to be a blended family, and it's not blended anymore to that extent, because now they are a couple. So that part right there is like, sometimes you have to really look at what are your true reasons why you're going into this type of relationship. Are you just using that as an excuse to say, we want to blend the family because we need help financially? To me, that's not a good enough reason to just say that, to want to do that. Like I said, there are other things culturally is the reasons why the Africans have it in their culture. It's reasons why they do it. And it's not just finance. It's other reasons that are behind the reason why they live that type of lifestyle as a culture. But we over here westernize it and say we want to do it for financial reasons or to blend the family or whatever. Like, but we are not doing the research of what they do over there in Africa as to say, how do they make it work? Like Akon, he has two wives. I know for sure two wives over there in Senegal, but look at his lifestyle. Number one, he can afford very well to take care of them. And then number two, what are the other things under that culture that he is the reasoning for him doing that? Because that is how he was born and raised in that culture, being from Africa. So we got to look at all of the spectrums of the reason and why all of a sudden we want to take on that lifestyle. I think that we want to say, oh, yeah, because we too westernized, so this, I want to do this because it is. without like really studying that very thing. And it's a guy, and I said this before, it's a guy named Kevin Wesley. He lives that lifestyle. He's very huge, got a large Facebook platform. And he talked to men about this very thing. And he tells them and advise them, dude, if you going in it just because you want two women and want to have switch and take turns, and or you doing it just because you can financially take care of it, those are not reasons. He said, it's more to this. He said, because he's Muslim, so he knows about it on a cultural level. So it's more to it. So he talked to young men that ask questions, that's thinking about going into that lifestyle, and he tell them the truth. This is not. I'm not in this for just this to have more to get from women, or because I can financially take care of them. It's not about just that. It's a whole culture of things. So, that's why I said it should be researched more. It should be more thought provoking, given into if you make a decision as a couple as to why you want to live that lifestyle and why would it be fruitful to you as a family.
Understandable. Absolutely. And I absolutely agree. I would just leave these two last points on the table. I think that when you tell your story and you say homegirl ran off with other homegirl, at the end of the day, I think what the gentleman were trying to say in a very nice way is all's fair in love and war. And that happens. Like he said, if she ran off, if it was just him and her, there's still the possibility of running off. You never know someone's true intentions because that's inside of them. And they can tell you one thing, just like our kids, they behave one way in front of us. When they walk out that door, they behave completely different. It's up to us to take wholeheartedly what they say as fact or not. The last thing I'm going to say about this is that it's like college. And you ain't never seen nobody go to college that didn't graduate high school. And most of these, stories that you're saying and worst case scenarios that you're going to is people who did not pass high school. They did not get the necessary credits, whether they, fooled somebody or not to make them think they did is a whole nother story. But, when you get the necessary knowledge that you need to go to college, you go to college because you graduated to another level. And all I'm saying is that's another level. Again, me specifically is not something that I dabble in, but as an intellectual, I know that this and that, plausibly, it is absolutely something that should be feasible because with a 50% or over 50% divorce rate on how we doing it now and a single rate of over 70%, you can't say what we doing now works. So
now I agree with that.
It's obviously not working.
Okay, everybody, I'm gonna close out. Before I close out, I'm gonna highlight everybody, okay? And we're gonna take it home. I'm gonna go to brother Eso. Brother Eso, shout out your platform and also just let them know who you are, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate it, yo. I appreciate you letting me on, having me just speak on a little bit. I know I'm a little late, but Eso Hopeful, that's on IG, that's on YouTube, that's on Snapchat, whatever platform, And I'm more of a, I'm random with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I have, if you look on my page, you'll see it's random. Because I feel like that's how life is. You may be professionally, you may have a certain title, but once once you're not at that title, not at that job, you doing something different, and you may be your hobby might be to draw or color. You might be into something totally different, and then physically you might be into something totally different, and then in a relationship something else. So I feel like I think we are multifaceted. It doesn't have to be just one way, and like you said, the old way is not really working. 50% divorce rates. We're finding out that a lot of marriages ending in divorce is not because they didn't love each other, but because it's a flawed system.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for sharing that. We go to OG Patrice.
Yeah, thank you, Knowledge and Relationship. I really appreciate you guys allowing me on your panel to express my opinion and views, and hopefully something I said has inspired, encouraged, and motivate. the younger generation. I don't have a YouTube channel as far as like a regular YouTube channel, but I do have an OG Patrice YouTube channel where you can go and see me drop. I'm gonna start dropping more of my live entertainment where I'm performing and things of that nature. So you can go on YouTube and go to OG Patrice for that, and you can catch me every Saturday on Life or Death, where I am a voice actress on the Life or Death graphic novel with Emmy award winning Frank Gooden. So I'm working with him for the next several weeks on that project, Life or Death. And I want to say to the younger generation, I love you guys. I get inspired also by you guys as well. And I listen to you guys and I don't judge. So I just want us to just be mindful, do our research, and be careful in the decisions that we make, because we have to realize that the decisions we make affects other people as well. Thank you.
Thank you, OG. Thank you. Thank you. Gonna go to Queen. Forever 2K. Queen, what's going on?
What's up? You can follow me on Instagram at Queen Forever 2K. I don't really put much on there, but I'm gonna start. I might drop some little jewels for you. You know, you can see me on the Knowledge and Relationships platform. And also, I just want to say, you know, be careful. Know thyself and be true to thyself, because we all snap, crackle, and pop, and everybody don't come back from that pop the right way. So just be careful, be honest, and move accordingly. That's it. That's it.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you. Thank you. Going to Harris Tribe Media himself, Harris Tribe Media Group himself. My
Peace.
homie, Mr. He said, peace, peace.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having me, and salute to everybody that was on the panel. I absolutely heard y'all, and will take into consideration all the information that was given to me as I move forward. And you know, that's exactly what I'm about, man. I'm found on He Said, She Said, Love and Abundance every Thursday at 8 on all social media platforms, and Harris Tribe Media Group, man. And we about moving the conversation forward. We not about the disclaimers. We're not about beating up on everybody. We about solutions and moving the conversation forward. So, you know, if you definitely want solutions, check us out, because we are on and we got them. Relationship evaluation worksheets. Use it. It'll help.
Woo. Man, hold on. What is it? I can't let you go with that one, bro. What is the relationship evaluation worksheet? I gotta ask.
It's just like at work, man. You have a worksheet that you have evaluation of your performance, whether it's yearly, quarterly, or whatever. But you sit down and you listen to it and you give yourself a certain critique, and then your manager gives you a certain critique. And if they both line up, then you keep your job. If they don't, then you don't. How it should be in relationships. We do it for driver's licenses and pretty much everything else that don't mean shit. But the most important thing we don't do it for, and that's your relationship. You know, are you working well with others? Are you sharing? Are you reciprocating? Are you thinking about the other person? Shit like that. You can draw it up yourself. You can steal it from work, but do the work, man. It's there.
Wow, that's dope. That is super dope. Man, whenever you do a show about that, I'm on. I gotta be on that.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I would definitely like to, check that out. I've never heard
That's a
nobody
show
say
topic.
that.
That's show topic.
That's a good show
I'll
topic.
be there too. Let me know.
Word. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Everybody, thank y'all for joining the Knowledge and Relationship Experience. We appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on the panel, if y'all want to hang out in the background, you can once I close out. You know what I mean? Just to talk or whatever y'all want to build on. But thank everybody in the chat. Thank everybody who joined the panel. We truly appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? Much love. We will be back, okay? We'll be back tomorrow with some new fresh content for you. I'm not gonna tell you what. There's gonna be some new fresh content for y'all, all right? If anything, y'all, you know what I mean? Please like and subscribe to our channel. You know what I mean? Definitely like and subscribe to everybody's channel on here. Eat So Hopeful, Harris Tribe Media Group, Life or Death, all these things. Queen Forever 2K. Please check everybody out. All right, check out everybody else too that was on the panel earlier. DJ the King and 3. You know what I mean? Shout out to First Lady Tammy. Shout out to Damo. Shout out to everybody that was on today. You know, we truly appreciate all y'all. You know what I mean? If I forgot somebody, I do apologize. Oh yeah, Mimsy. I think some other.
JP.
Yeah, Auntie JP the Aspiring Matriarch. Yella. You know what I mean? Thank everybody for being on. We appreciate all y'all. You know what I mean? But yeah, with
Salute to the
that,
chat.
salute to the chat. Definitely. And with that, y'all, I'm gonna close out. Peace and love, y'all. Later.
Peace.
DJ.